G'day, guys. How are we all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Festivus. I hope you got to air all of your grievances and had feats of strength in all things Festivus. I hope I'm not an old man and people don't know what that refers to. If not, it is a Seinfeld reference. The amazing holiday. It worked out to be Wednesday, the 23rd of December, being Festivus. Barney, did you celebrate Festivus?
I did not actually, not really.
Festivus for the rest of us. I can see you've got a Christmas tree behind you. Behind me, I've got a metal pole. The tinsel is distracting. Cool. All right. I'm just quoting Seinfeld at this point. So I will load up the quiz very shortly. I am going to be rotating a bunch of guests. So Barney is one of my many amazing patrons. He's in my Discord. And throughout today, we will have a bunch of people basically keeping me sane, keeping me entertained throughout the quiz. So I will load up the quiz very shortly. I just want to kind of get the chat fired up. I can see plenty of people on the stream. G'day, g'day, g'day. But before I started the quiz, I just wanted to let you know how this is going to work. Now, fingers crossed, technology does play its part. Technology, as we know, always fails at the time we need it. But very basically, this is an Age of Sigmar quiz. It is multiple choice. So you will be using the YouTube chat functionality. So something that we've never seen before. I'm trialing some secretless tech here. And basically, there's going to be 21 questions. And I have up to 5 rounds. So you don't have to be here for the full 5 rounds. Each event basically will be self-contained. So I will draw upon winners at the end of each round. And the software will calculate everything for us. So we'll be able to, you guys will be able to answer, as well as you guys will be able to see who wins. And at the end of the each of the rounds, I'll give a prize out to first, second, and third. So first, I'll give you a voucher to Games Workshop. So I'll find a voucher of about $50 Australian in your local currency. So message me, and we will we'll do that. Second and third prize will either be a smaller Games Workshop voucher, or it will be a subscription to AOS Reminders. So basically, long story short, if you are a top 3 winner, do message me privately and I will get you a prize. But I got Barney here. Barney is coming straight out of the Netherlands. He's got himself a beer.
Exactly.
You drinking, mate?
Yeah, I'm drinking IPA brand, Brand. It's a Dutch brand. I think it's Heineken, actually. So, it's good.
Awesome. So the quiz is going to start very soon, as you guys can see here now. Happy days. I'll see if I can zoom it in, make it full screen. No, I can't. Or I'm just too lazy. But basically what was going to happen, it is going to be multiple choice. You will use the chat functionality in YouTube. Should you be joining us on Twitch, you're here obviously to enjoy the show. But if you do want to get into the show, do jump into YouTube, and you can use the YouTube chat to respond. Sweet. So we're going to obviously count this down. It's all going to start very, very soon. But I remember the rules for anyone who is joining us and missed it. The rules are very simple. It is multiple choice. There's going to be 21 questions in this round. It is multiple choice. You will answer in the chat function. So A, B, C, or D. If YouTube gets a little bit funny and thinks we're just spamming and starts putting a spam filter, you may need to also type in your response as well. So you might put in C, Coach is the best content creator ever in the world, and you would be marked incorrect. You would be told that Vince Ventrella is number 1 in the house. But it's awesome to see you all here, guys. I can see people are very excited. I got Paul in the house. I've got Tyler's already telling people to back off nerds. Also, Tyler is trying to find out who the favorite mod is. Who else is in the house? I got War Machine. I got Vito. Celebrity Strength Hammer in the house. I got Nick. A lot of cool people. I'm curious to see what the first question is. Actually, I'm not curious. I know what's coming up.
We're not playing,
right? We're not playing, but I will ask you when we get into the round what you think. So we won't. Barney won't reveal the secrets.
Well,
are you ready to go, guys? So question number 1: which Ogre tribe's leader allows you to set them and a unit of Frost Sabers in reserve as an ambush? Is it the Tyrant, the Butcher, the Icebreaker Hunter, or the Firebelly? So as you can see here, comment 1, 2, 3, or 4. And assuming that your first answer, by the way, is the correct answer. So you can't change your response. So smash it. You got 12 seconds, guys. 12 seconds to work out. Cool. So I can see a lot of people putting in 3. I don't know if that's correct, but I'm seeing a lot of people think it's 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. So what was your thoughts, Barney?
I actually knew this from back in the day, so I think it was the Icebreaker Hunter, right?
I don't know. We'll find out in a second.
Well,
we'll find out in a second. So the software is going to calculate our responses very soon.
I mean, also know what the other ones did. So I mean, like from the deduction.
You don't see a lot of Firebellies on the table, so I certainly don't remember. Cool. Yeah, all right. I've milked it long enough. That was easy.
All right. Easy to start with, right? Like
an easy one. So it's going to be a combination of rules. There might be some statistics. There could be some lore. There could be some chaos numbers. Who knows what's coming up? So, question number 2: who was the first Stormcast Eternal to return to the Mortal Realms? Sorry, I did say A, B, C, or D. Sorry, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. My apologies. It's 1, 2, 3, or 4. Paul of the Mortal Realms podcast. I'm sorry, I'm not as professional as you guys. Apologies, but who was the first Stormcast Eternal to return to the Mortal Realms?
I have no idea. I'm honest. I'll be honest.
And by the way, ignore the text. I can see the Tyros there is a larger text there. That is not a hint. That's not a formatting. Because if I was playing this game, like, oh, Tyros is a bigger font. It must be him or her. Surely it's got a big font. No, it's just because there's less words. So now, who do you think, Barney?
Well, I only knew Fandus Hammerhand like as a character name, so that would probably be my answer.
I mean, anyone who played
the other characters, so.
Vandus is probably certainly the most popular one of them. And it seems like the chat was all thinking, I can see lots of, twos here. Maybe I started too easy.
That's the names Lord Salist and Don Dracov, right?
Yes, that was in the original starter box. So Vandus Hammerhand. So lots of people chose number 2. I hope these get a bit harder.
Are those other names actually characters, or are they made up?
No, they're all legit. They're all legit. Okay. Some of them I made up. So, of the Khorne, what is the range of the Bloodsecrator's Portal of Skulls? Is it 6 inches, 12 inches, 18 inches, or 24 inches? Obviously, we're not talking about any buffs, any extensions by any way. Just that base Portal of Skulls.
I'm drawing a blank here. I have no idea.
So it's probably been a while since people played a bit of Khorne, bit of the old Slaughter Priests, and the it's been ages actually.
It's back in the old days. It was very popular, right?
It was actually. It was.
It's really powerful as well.
All right, so we're getting a mixture here. We're getting a lot of 2s, a lot of 3s.
Let's see. So this is the first contested answer, right?
This is the first contested answer. I'm getting a little bit nervous now that
maybe it's 4. Who knows?
I should make sure that. I'm hoping someone's not going to actually me and the War Scrolls changed. I'm praying.
Like a sneaky FAQ.
It is 18. So it's 18.
It was very contested. That's cool.
Yeah. Very contested indeed.
Yeah. As long as Starter doesn't win, I'm fine. So
yeah, there's some special other rules of manipulation that you can extend it, you can shorten it. There's things like that. Cool. So question number 4: the Beast Claw Raiders are nomadic tribesmen on the run from the Everwind, the Everwarmth, the Everwinter, or the Everglow. I do love that song, Everglow. Bit of an old 90s rock song.
I have no idea what song it is. Sorry.
I mean,
Is
you don't
it
remember
an
that?
Australian song or not?
No, it's an American song. So, is it the Ever Wind, the Ever Warmth, the Ever Winter, or the Ever Glow? The Beast Claw Raiders, and they're probably like in the olden days when the Beast Claw Raiders had their own book before they got merged into the Ogre Moor tribes. There's a lot of lore, a lot of rules that came about with the whatever the rule was. No, I'm not thinking Everlong, Nick. Everlong is an amazing Foo Fighters song, but Everglow was a song by. I've had a mind blank because I'm trying to think of. Not Nirvana. Everglow.
So many rock bands, right, from the 90s.
Coldplay had a song, but there was also another one. Oh, it's all right. I'll bring it up.
And the answer?
The answer
was not contested.
There will be a slight delay, guys. That's why there's Mike. There's a slight delay between the software and the system, which is why I have an extended time allocation. So, how much Ren does Archaon's sword, the Slayer of Kings, have? So, is it 0, -1, -2, -3? Archaon's sword, the Slayer of Kings. It's a very spoken about sword. Is meant to be one of the greatest swords out in the mortal realms. Does it have 0, -1, -2, or -3 rend?
Well, surely it has to be really powerful, right? So,
I remember the War Scroll changing between battle tomes as well. There was a one version, and then it changed in the second version. So, do you remember the answer, Barney?
I think it's -2, right?
Yeah, it used to be -1, but
all of the old War Scrolls are like quite crooked. If you look at like the Star Drake, for instance, the profile on it has not updated pretty well compared to all the new monsters.
Yeah.
So I guess the old version of Archaon would be the same. Therefore, the -2 is quite a good answer.
I remember it being -1 and being laughable.
Exactly.
Yeah, as Special Poet said, the first edition, the wording was, the strongest sword, and it was only -1. Same as when ogres were deadly as ever. So this is another OG. What is the to hit and wound characteristic of a prosecutor with a Sigmarite hammer when shooting? Is it hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s, hitting on 3s, wounding? Hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s, or hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s?
So many numbers.
So is it hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, 4s and 4s, 4s and 3s, 3s and 3s? Prosecutors with hammers, they were popular in the start. We saw them drop off when we had Stormcast, I guess, 2.0. And I've started to see a few Cities of Sigmar armies bringing in the prosecutors, or even Shadow Hammer Compact for Daughters of Cain. Did you have an idea of what this might be, Barney?
I have no idea, actually. But I know that the prosecutors with hammers, they came with the starter box, right?
They did
And
indeed.
The other option was better, right? So,
well, the javelins used to be cheaper, but then they kind of brought them in line.
But they have more range, though. So,
yeah, but you've got more attacks with the double hammers.
4s and 4s. Ooh.
The correct answer was 4s and 4s.
That's another good characteristic.
Yeah, it's and that's probably why, like with the double hammers, it was a bit better. I think the javelins were 3s and 3s, but you only got one attack. And it did more damage or more rend if you were further than 9 inches away. What is the damage characteristic of Spirit of Durthu's Guardian Sword when he is at half strength? So when he is at middle profile, is he hitting? Is he doing 6 damage, D3 damage, D6 damage, or 1 damage?
I really love that model.
I love Durthu. He's just inconsistent with that swing. I remember there used to be a Lawmaster model which would allow you to make one model reroll hits and wounds, and Durthu was just so consistent.
I really love that Lawmaster model, by the way. It's so great.
We just had another guest join.
Ooh.
Hello, Todd.
Hi.
How are you, mate?
Hey.
Doing good.
Todd, you just joined us. What do you think Spirit of Durthu's Guardian Sword, what's the damage characteristic when it's at half strength? Did you think it was 6, D3, D6, or 1?
Half strength, I'd say D6.
Okay. A lot of people in the house are thinking 3. Don't know what that Dan Heelan would like a word.
Do you know what the characteristic is at full strength?
6.
It's 6, right? So
yeah, it's a flat 6 damage, which is why the consistency was so great.
It's a beastie boy when he's at full strength.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then obviously when you get to the middle profile, it turns to a D6, then a D3, then a 1. So,
Right.
Poor old Durthu, you just got to take a few wounds on him. And so what is the core of the world that was? So we're talking the old school world that was. What is the mineral, or what is the core of it that all Sigmarite is mined? Is it Malice, Octron, Durham, or Phenomum? Please don't smash me for my translation of those words. So, why does Todd look like he's lost in a forest of a horror movie? He might be doing the Blair Witch Project here on AOS Coach.
That's just how I live.
Your background, man. Your background is awesome.
It's a curtain. My amazing window curtain.
It looks like you're in like a podcasting studio or something.
So this is a tough one. People may not know what Sigmarite is mined from. A lot of people saying 1. It looks like even a few people put up like 1 question mark. Did you guys have a thought? Did you have an idea of what Sigmarite is mined from?
Well, malice means bad, so I'll go for 1.
I'm just gonna go with Durium. I have no idea.
Durum reminds me of a fruit in Asia, that the stinky fruit. But indeed, it was Malice. So Malice was the correct answer here. So that is what Sigmarite is mined from. That is the core of the world that was. So not
Looks
bad.
like
not
everybody
bad.
knew it.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of sharp people in the house. Maybe I made.
I think there's a lot of copycats actually.
Maybe. So which one of these isn't a Mortarch? So Nagash has Mortarchs. Is it the Mortarch of Sacrament, the Mortarch of Grief, the Mortarch of Night, or the Mortarch of Pain? So which of these is not one of Nagash's Mortarchs? So we've had Legions of Nagash. We've had the Nighthorn equivalent as well coming in from Forbidden Power. We've had more Mortarchs come from OBR. Who knows if Vampire is going to have a Mortarch, and the Mortarch of, I don't know what that might look like. But which one of these, Sacrament, Grief, Night, or Pain, is not one of Nagash's Mortarchs that we know of? Obviously, there could be more. Barney, Todd, any thoughts?
I think it's the 4th one, right?
I'm gonna go with Night.
You think Night?
Yeah.
But there's like Legion of Night, right?
I'm not good on death though. Ask me
That's all
Sylvaneth all day, and I'll hit it.
Well, Manfred's going to want to have a word with you, because Legion Mortarch of Night is definitely around. So you've got the Blackest Sacrament. You've got Neferata, which is blood. You've got Manfred, which is night. You've got Alinda, which is grief. You've got Catacross, which is the Mortarch of accountants or bone tax, or of being annoying with the terrain piece, and I like destroying it on a 2+ with my Mega Gargant. So that's the next question is, what is the name of the Lord Magnet of Barak Nar? Is it Durek, Brock, Olgrim, or Gyrum?
The last names?
These are no. I'm clearly going to butcher all their names, so I was going for the easiest. So Durek, Hammer, Brock, Grungerson, Olgrim, Grunstock, or Gyrum, Sternbrock.
That's not bad.
Grim Sternbach.
Okay.
He's got to sound grim.
I probably should have done a cheeky one and brought in the new the dude with the beers. Is it Jacob Bugmanson? I should have put him in there. Who do you guys think? So a lot of people are thinking 2. I'm seeing a few 4s coming in.
I have no idea what it is actually.
So
I'm just gonna go with 1, Durek.
So this model rarely sees its spot on the table.
Wait, it is on there. It's Brock 2.
It's the guy with the top hat. All these Nick's saying all these names sound like they are chat name generators. That's pretty good. It is Brock. It is our friend with the top hat. That guy never sees I've never seen him on the table. He's such a cool model, but I've never seen Top Hat Man on the table. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully one day KO will allow him to be on the table. Because
I just remember seeing him in a list of things to choose from, but never seen him on the table either.
Who shall be triumphant? Is it only the faithful, only the innocent, only the strong, or only the fearless? Who shall be triumphant? The faithful, the innocent, the strong, or the fearless? And as Paul's saying, mustache guns. I like it. So this is a war cry for a particular Arabi. They yell it. I'm trying not to give away the answer. I'm trying to entice responses without actually telling people what they are.
It seems the hive mind is actually conflicted over the answer.
A lot of people saying number one.
I would say number one, but I mean, because
I'd say the only true one is 4, but the actual answer.
Yeah.
So do you know whose war cry this is? Do you know who actually says this?
Like in the game or real life?
It's the Stormcast Eternals. So this is the Stormcast Eternals. And anyone who's listened to an audio drama would know this is one of the highlights of a Black Library audio drama. That is, they yell out, only the faithful. So only the faithful is a big war cry of the Stormcast Eternals. So
it makes sense. Like most of it is like quite drenched in in religion, right? So, I mean,
yeah, you're not getting his power unless you're faithful to him.
According to the battle tome, what is the point value of the Grundstock gun hauler? So the Kharadron Overlord ship. Is it 150 points, 110 points, 130 points, or 170 points? The Grundstock gun hauler. We are talking obviously about General's Handbook 2020. Yes, it also has been FAQ'd, and that was changed because that was one of the many books that were set outside of it. But according to the battle tome, in the battle tome, my apologies, it should be General's Handbook. General's Handbook. I'm going to get smashed for that question if people get it wrong.
So
a lot of 1s, 2s. I kind of screwed up the question there. It should mean General's Handbook. According to the General's Handbook, it is 130 points. But if you put 150 points, which is what would be in the battle tome, you're technically and morally correct, but not correct in the system.
Oh.
Stupid word. All right. Apologies to Matt, Angus, Skaith, and Dante. Morally, you are correct. You are morally correct.
Cool.
Tyler's asking if Todd has a pet wolf and carries a staff.
I wish. I'll have to work on that, though.
Well, are you a wolf?
Before Sigmar became a god, he was the young chieftain to what tribe? I'm not even going to try to pronounce those.
Can I try it?
Go for it, Todd.
Arminius, or Theodoric, or Boudica, or Unbergen.
Mad respect to you. There's all 4 of them. So what Todd just said. Angus, I apologize. I truly apologize. So is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? Before Sigmar became a god, he was the young chieftain of what tribe?
Well, you pronounced it quite beautifully.
Appreciate it. A lot of people smashing that 4. Got a couple of 3s coming in.
I want to see 2.
I think it's more Germanic, so I mean it's like with the G. Unbergen.
So which one do you think it was, gents?
Well, the most Latin one would be Arminius.
Yeah, because 4 seems like a German word, which I should be able to pronounce. So.
And 3 is an actual person's name.
Dante, yes, the Gunstock gun hauler was 150 points, and then in the FAQ or errata for the General's Handbook 2020, it went down to 130. So yes, the Gunstock got cheaper somehow.
This is one bright group you've got here.
And really was the answer.
Yes, the correct answer was number 4. So this is one of the tribes. Which underworld of Shyish that Nagash took refuge in after he was defeated by Archaon. So hard to believe Archaon defeated Nagash, or Nagash got defeated. He was doing all those maybe before he could do the Mortal Wound machine gun. But which of these underworlds did Nagash hide, or did he take refuge in? I always like number 3. Number 3 just reminds me of the old world, which was where the
Karsten.
Yeah, the Van Karstein area next to the Mut,
Oh,
which is where all the halflings lived.
cool models. Old school models.
Any thoughts, Bunny?
I would go for the second one because it's referring to the sticks.
I'm gonna go with 1 because I think I've seen Halost in some of the lore.
That anyone who plays Underworlds, for example, especially in the early one in Shadespire, would probably see some of these names. They're quite familiar. As Jonathan's saying, a pocket realm. So it's not quite a realm. It's one of the layers, I guess. The layers of Shyish. So Shyish is not just one level, but it is number 2. Number 2 is correct.
Good job,
In
Barney.
the Greek underworld, the Styx is like the river, right? So I would have probably made that connection. Maybe.
And shout out to Special Poet who said we did have a short story about it. So anyone who's been reading those short stories might actually know it. So that's pretty cool. What was the name of the god beast that Archaon tried to bind in Akshi during the Realm Gate Wars? Is it Ignax, Behemoth, Argentine, or Chimerac? So which of the god beasts? We don't see a lot of god beasts. I wish we would get some god beast models or play. Do we get more points for being fast, Paul? I don't know.
If you're correct, then
let's see how it turns out.
Let's say yes. Let's say it rewards you on speed and accuracy. I'm trialing this software for the first time. You can see I'm still very nervous it's going to fail on me. But which of the names of the god beast that Archaon tried to bind in Akshi during the Realmgate Wars? Todd, did you have any thoughts?
Ignax is the only one that sounds like it's actually real. I mean, Behemoth, we know who that is, and that's not a god beast because that was the giant. And I don't know anything about Argentine or Chimerac. Well,
our lore master Cinderfall Gaming is saying that Argentine was already bound. So, and lore master Cinderfall is also saying that it was Chimerac was also Marathi tried to sleep with. So, the correct answer was Ignax. Although we did try to get Chaos was trying to use Behemoth to destroy the gates of Azir, which is what caused the conflict between Gorkamorka and Behemoth. So it's very interesting. What is the correct term for a squig? So is a squig a squigoth, a squigton, a squiggly beast, or a squig hound? What is squig actually like? What is the name of an actual squig? I love this question. It's one of my favorites.
I have my opinions, but
all right, we'll hold them for another 20 seconds.
Ooh. But my opinion might not be related to the answer, though.
Okay. I mean, we do have the squig off. Is that the really big squig in 40k? I think there's that like the massive squig. Todd, any thoughts? Oh, actually, no, Barney, you've got ideas. What do you think? What do you think a squig is referring to?
Well, I would like it to be a squig hound because it just sounds awesome. I don't think it's the answer though, but it should be.
Todd, any thoughts?
I think you're right about the squig hound because squigoth probably mean it would have to be big.
Right.
It's like a behemoth.
Exactly.
And squidgens sounds cool, but too pigeony.
Yeah.
Scaith saying he went with the person that sounded the best, and the correct answer was it is squiggly beasts. That is the name.
One.
Yeah, it's just so bizarre, like squiggly beast.
And 19 or more than 20 people that got that right.
Yeah, this is a sharp group. Nick went to refill his drink. Who are the Ossiarch Bone Reapers allies? So who is their allies? Is it Legion of Grief? Is it Nighthaunt? Do they have no allies, or are they Flesh Eater Court's allies? So who are the allies to the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, our taxmen of the mortal realms? I can't imagine many. They've got many friends. I imagine they didn't get many Christmas cards this year.
Would you send a Christmas card to your accountant? Or...
Depends if you even got me a good refund.
Yeah, if he's working some magic for you.
Barney, did you have any thoughts on who the allies were for the Ossiarch Bone Reapers?
I thought no allies because they stand alone, right?
Yeah,
Todd?
one of the few that don't have any allies.
Yeah, Sons of Behemoth don't have any allies, which is unfortunate. Lots of people are saying 3 as well. Very, very popular answer. Maybe got a lot of Bone Reapers players that just don't like their tax accountant or friend or whoever. Maybe it's their dad who does the tax. But the correct answer is they have no allies. Have no allies. Which, to be honest, I don't know if they would.
Back to the Sons of Behemoth, they are the allies, right?
Pardon?
Ooh.
The Sons?
Yeah, they're mercenaries, so they'll go with anybody, but they won't bring any friends.
What best describes an ogre? Are they always thinking, always tired, always hungry, or always thirsty? So which of these traits seems more like an ogre? Are they always thinking, always tired, always hungry, or always thirsty? I'm pretty sure I've seen a model where the ogre is like doing Rodin's thinker, the head tilt, thinking about something. I don't know if you guys have seen that limited edition model with the Rodin's thinker.
I think you would be a total baller if you convert your entire army to have like philosopher beards, because then they will always thinking.
a lot of people think 3. Look, I've just had breakfast, so I'm not hungry yet. But I am having coffee, so I could be thirsty. Todd, did you have a thought on what it might be?
They will eat anything. They're hungry.
They're always hungry.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why the terrain piece, the more pot. Although imagine like always tired, like they just go for a sleep on a 4+. Oh, man, that was an easy one. I think I need to step this up. I need to make harder questions.
Yeah, you didn't get anybody on that one.
No, they're just too chubby. I do also love the female man-eater model. I also love the female ogre. Is it a Blood Bowl? The Blood Bowl ogre. She's just fantastic. Which Blood Splitter's war clan ignores the effects of ethereal? Is it Bone Grinds, Icebone, Dragfoot, or Iron Sons? Which of the 4 which of their 4 options of the Bone Splitter's war clans can ignore the effects of ethereal? I think it's really interesting. I haven't really seen a lot of dominance of ethereal. Obviously, Nighthaunt comes into play. We did lose our ethereal amulet, unfortunately, but which of these?
Is it really, unfortunately?
I don't know. A lot of people smashing the 3. Could be a lot of people wrong.
I think it's a high find.
Could be the Iron Sons, man. They're very popular. Todd, did you have a thought?
That would be the only one that I would really recognize.
Iron Sons. Iron Sons is Iron Jaws clan.
Yeah, if he chose Iron Sons, that was a trick question. It certainly was an Iron Jaws tribe. Paul is a good friend. Paul is beating everyone to the buzzer. It is Dragfoot that ignores the effects of ethereal. So should we ever get into that kind of part of the meta, I know my Phoenix Guard were freaking out about Dragfoot because they just straight up ignore my after saves as well. It's just like, boom, you're done.
Really? That's good.
According to the General's Handbook 2020, which is the cheapest unit selection in Legions of Nagash? Is it Direwolves? Is it Bat Swarms? Is it Khan Wraiths? Or is it Tomb Banshees? And shout out to Special Pulp Man. Thanks for the donation, dude. That's very generous.
Yeah.
But according to General's Handbook 2020, what is the cheapest unit that you can choose for the Legions of Nagash? We're talking points, not dollars, obviously. Is it Direwolves, Bat Swarms, Khan Wraiths, or Tomb Banshees?
I think the answer might be to both questions might be the same.
I think my job here will be to lead people astray because I'm just not getting these answers very well.
Oh, Todd, what do you think?
Bat Swarms. Everybody go with Bat Swarms.
I thought Direwolves.
Bat Swarms are pretty good, man. Bat Swarms give you that -1 to shooting within 12. So that's not a bad little addition now that shooting is back. Direwolves did get a points adjustment. They were 60 points, went up to 70 points. So And the Khan Wraith and the Tomb Banshee are both heroes. So
this is this is a cheeky question, because I assume it would be cheapest battle line selections, but it's not. Reading is a skill.
Listening to me lead you astray.
Reading is a skill.
Reading is definitely a skill.
And my beer is finished, so
as Speed just calling me out. I'm like, I thought he was special, but no, it's Speed up. So apologies there. The Celestial Hurricanum's mortal wound dealing Storm of Shemtek triggers on a 2+, a 3+, a 4+, or a 5+. Sorry, it's 3+, 2+, 4+, 5+. It's weird that they kind of randomly shuffled it that way. So the Hurricanum basically has an ability where you can do some mortal wounds. I think within 18 inches. It's D3 per Storm of Shemtek, but you got to roll the dice, and it doesn't. It's not a shooting attack. It's really a shooting ability. But does it trigger on a 3, a 2, a 4, or a 5? It doesn't degrade. It merely it starts at 3, but it goes down to 2 and 1 as it takes damage. But do either of you, Barney or Todd, have an idea of the Storm Shemtek?
I would say 2+.
Oh, you said it starts at 3.
No, I said it's not 3 attacks.
Oh.
So
listening is also a skill.
Good to have you, Cinder4. Maybe you can help me with some lore questions. Oh, actually, by the way, you did actually help me back in the day. The correct answer is 2+. There is 2+, but you start with 3 attacks. As the profile degrades, it still stays at 2, but you get 2 attacks or 1 attack. So the amount of attacks degrades, not the hit roll.
It's an amazing model. So
I love the Hurricanum. So the correct answer. Oh, geez. All right.
Yeah.
That's strange. There's a lot of winners there. Actually, top 3. All right, I have to sort something out.
Imagine that. Our top winner.
Let me screen share this just so I can screen capture this. How's that, team?
Whoa, this is quite a barn burner, right?
A very impressive little group. So a lot of correct answers, and there was 21 questions. So it looks like we only tripped people over on one question. So
but Jonathan was smart.
Yeah, three-way tie.
On air, he just won.
Just straight up went up.
Instead of being on air, he won. So
yeah, Jonathan was going to be the guest, but his voice was crackling with his microphone. So there you go. There's some reciprocity. Do you want to do another one?
Can I throw out a bonus question real quick?
Sure.
What is the only major faction on the Warhammer merch store that has no merch?
Major faction, right?
Yes.
See, now I noticed Sons of Behemoth got some merch recently, so I would have said them being the newest army out, but they have merch. So I don't know.
Is this an actual question?
Yeah, well, it's something that I noticed that was really weird. It's actually Sylvaneth. They don't even have posters anymore on there. Like, they originally had some posters in there, and they originally had some T-shirts with like an Alariel kind of looking sigil, but they just took them all down.
You mean merch like non-model stuff? Gotcha.
Yeah, like their merch store where they sell T-shirts and cups and posters.
Does it actually exist? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brutal. Does IDK and Beast of, like, even like Mike has said, Beast of Chaos, and like they probably would have been someone that I would have chosen before that.
I didn't even know that they had a merch store. So
it's very cool. It's a very cool merch store. They got like shirts and hats.
Yeah.
All their hats are white. Like, who the hell was a white hat? I'm not going golfing.
I mean, golfers. If you play tennis, maybe.
So the second round, guys, is going to kick off again in 90 seconds. So basically, again, same deals apply. There'll be 21 questions, completely different rounds. So everyone starts with 0 points. Julian, no, in fact, you have joined the absolute perfect time. So same deal, multiple choice, 4 questions, answer 1, 2, 3, or 4. And there'll be a bunch of questions based on lore and or rules. If you are happening to watch this on on Twitch, just know that we are playing in YouTube, so the software only picks up the responses in YouTube. So please join us over on AOS Coach on the YouTubes. But Cool. We're going to kick off in 30 seconds.
You got a major production going on here.
Yeah, man, you guys got some sweet things happening. I'm curious to see what questions come up next. So I've written up to 5 quizzes, so there's going to be a mixture, and I forget which questions are in there, and I get paranoid every question that it's wrong. So
how long did it take you to compile the 5 lists?
Well, I actually did this a long time ago, funnily enough, and I put out a Google Forms and hey guys, who wants to give me because a lot of events run trivias, but it's very hard to kind of find like a source. So number 1, who is Diedrich Kastner, more commonly known as? So who is this person? Is it Archeon? Is it Gotrek? Is it Nagash? Or is it Celestin Prime? Who is Diedrich Kastner? Who is this person? Archeon, Gotrek, Nagash, or Prime? Respond with 1, 2, 3, or 4. And the first question is the one that you submit. You can't go back and change your response.
So it's about the Diedrich Kastner.
There you go. There's my Aussie accent, like Diedrich.
Yeah. Well, it's a Dutch name. So
any ideas? The chat seems to think it's number 1. It seems to be the popular answer. Would you guys?
I remember Gotrek had a very nerdy sounding name originally, but I don't remember what it was.
A lot of people are smashing that
Slaves
one.
to Darkness is like a Nordic tribe, right? So then it would figure that he has like a German Dutch name. So,
but in saying that, so it is Archeon. However, you were mentioning Slaves to Darkness and the Nordic. Archeon is actually a priest, a high priest of the Empire. So the Empire is what the cities of Sigmar are today. So he was a warrior priest. He was a warrior priest.
The Empire is also Germanic, right? So
correct. So it's very Germanic. Which is not a city of Sigmar. Which is not a city of Sigmar. Is it Anvilgard, the Phoenician, Greywater Fastness, or Heldenhammer? So which of these 4 cities is not one of the cities of Sigmar?
I don't think you're going to catch anybody with this one.
No, Todd?
No.
So is it the Empire based on?
Not even me. I don't think you're going to catch me on this one either.
All right. Well, let's see. Someone might think there's a technicality in here, and they might pick a different response. A lot of people picking 4. I don't know if they're right. Could be wrong. I mean, Anvilgard's technically destroyed.
But we had someone make a comment on the Empire being based
it's
on
also based
medieval
on Holy Rome.
Yeah.
So, what did you guys pick, Todd? You were confident that we wouldn't trip you up.
Well, Heldenhammer is the Stormcast, which I guess could technically be because they can ally in, or not even really ally in, but be part of the force.
So, as Speecher had said, 1 is technically correct because Anvilgard has now been destroyed and made as Harkuron.
It's
but
no longer functional city, but
technically it's now Harkuron. But the correct, it's still a city of Sigmar. The correct answer is Heldenhammer. It's not destroyed; it's been annexed.
But I was wrong again. You got somebody.
Which is not a Nighthaunt specific endless spell. Is it the Mortalis Terminexus? Oh gosh, make easier names. Horrorcast, the Shaiish Reaper, or the Vault of Souls.
Oh, you're doing great.
Sorry, Arnold, we only started 43 minutes ago, but you can still jump in. Just type in 1, 2, 3, or 4.
All kinds of fun still to be had.
Arnold de Gans. That's a proper Dutch name. Hello.
1, 2. Pretty sure I had to check this one because I think I got paranoid this one. Not being a Nighthaunt player. Did any of you guys have the answer? Which one of these is not a Nighthaunt specific endless spell?
I have no idea. Dog?
Yeah, nothing beyond a guess.
Yeah.
So everyone's smashing 2. Everyone thinks it's the Horrorgast.
I would say the first one is too long, so I would just go for that one.
Arnold typed 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm not sure that's how quizzes work. Gonna pick one. The correct answer is number 2, the Horrorgast. That is one of the forbidden power endless spells. So it's actually available to everybody. It's just that people take Bridge or Lockie the Boatman. People have forgotten about the other 2 endless spells in Forbidden Power.
I've never seen people actually use Forbidden Power.
I mean, people take Soul Screen Breach.
Yeah.
Every Chaos God has a sacred number. The number of Slaanesh is 6, 7, 8, or 9. So what is the holy number, the depraved number of Slaanesh?
You noticed, Dodd.
Do I?
I don't know.
I'm Slaanesh.
I have no idea.
I mean, Slaanesh is the hot magic. We've just gotten the announcement of a new battle tome in February. The Bringy Dingy is a Lex. Lex is also called, yes. The Bringy Dingy, Lockie. A lot of people picking 1. Jonathan thinks it's 1. Another Jonathan thinks it's 1.
Well, Nurgo's 7, right?
Julian, Julian thinks 6.
9 is Zinch.
I'm not going to say anything because I'm pretty sure I was smart to put the other Chaos Gods in other trivias, so I don't want to ruin it.
Oh,
sorry.
I've ruined everything.
Sorry.
We both ruined everything.
It's all good. It's all good. But you do have the number of the Great Horned Rat. You've got Khorne. Yes, the correct answer is 6. So 6 is the number of Slaanesh. Actually, I think there was an article just recently. They had like the number 6, and they kind of had some imagery and some manipulation for Slaanesh. So, as Jonathan said, the Jonathans have the handle on this, literally. Conjure Journal Table 2020. What is the points cost of a maximum unit of Chain Rasp Horde? So this is Night Horde Chain Rasp. They come in free in the Mortal Realms magazines. Are they 280, 300, 320, or 340? So how many points does a maximum unit of Chain Rasp Horde cost?
You've got a lot of death questions in here. I think you're trying to push that death is hard trivia.
No, I mean this is question 5 of I've got. we've already finished 1 trivias. We've only had like 2 questions for death.
No, we're just trolling you a bit.
Yeah.
I'll get you off my stream. A lot of people picking 1. A couple of people picking 3. 4 in the house.
Kick me. So
the maximum unit of Chain Rasps. Now they're pretty good. Those little. I think it's a unit of 4.
They're ethereal, right? So I mean, ethereal's good.
Ethereals, they're ignoring rend. They got a deathless save. They got 1 wound, so they can come back pretty easily. Yes, the correct answer is 280. So they cost 280. So that's pretty good. I think it's a unit of 40. So very, very generous. Not bad. Which is why we started to see some of these Chain Rasp spam where you can just literally get them very cheap from the Mortal Realms magazine and then throw them on the table. Yeah, they're very cheap. They're very cheap. So Fire Slayers believe blank is made up of the shattered fragments of Grimnir. Is it Aether Gold, Shadespire, Urgold, or Aether Quartz?
I like your options. Yeah. Good options.
So the Fire Slayers, they believe that those shattered fragments of Grimnir, what are they made of? So is it Aether Gold, Shadespire, Urgold, or Aether Quartz? So maybe our first Fire Slayer question of the evening. I did say it's not all death, Todd.
I'm just being salty because I know no death.
Small naked dwarves.
Barney, what were your thoughts? What do you think those fragments are made up of?
Well, your gold is something the Fire Slayers like. Aether Quartz is Lumineth, so Shadespire is a game.
And Aether Gold is Caradron Overlords.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're thinking Urgold. Urgold is the thing. Jonathan.
Seduction.
Yes, as Jonathan, being a smarty, has said, the entire city of Shadespire is Grimnir.
Exactly.
So yes, it is Urgold. So that's why they put those runes into their body. They're almost tattooed because they are the fragments of their god. So Lumineth questions, let go. I don't know if I have any Lumineth questions actually. Who is the Carrion King? Is it Wallach, Ashuron, Abarash, or Warsauron? Who is the Carrion King? So the Carrion King, for anyone who doesn't know, is Flesh Eater Corpse. I guess that's the first vampire or the most famous of the Flesh Eater Corpse. But who is the Carrion King? Famously banished by Nagash.
Is there an intentional nod to one of your patrons in this question?
No, but it's actually where he got his name from.
Oh, okay.
Although, yeah. So one of our patrons is called Warsauron. But no, actually, it is actually a Warhammer character. It's actually a death character. So
okay, cool.
I would venture.
Must that be the answer?
And I've no idea
sorry, Barney.
I would say it's the second one, but I have no really an idea why actually. But...
So there's a couple of these that I really hope come back as a Mortarch. I know certainly Flesh Eater Courts are begging for a named character to come back and have the Carrion King. So who is the Carrion King? It is Ushoran. So Nagash actually locked him up in like a prison, and then Stormcast let him go when they were fighting with Nagash. So it's like thought he was a prisoner. Like, yep, be free. And the Carrion King has then built up the Flesh Eater Court. So the not a happy chappy. Speaking of Flesh Eater Courts, what is not an ally? So which is not in the ally section for Flesh Eater Courts? So who can they not ally with? Is it the Death Lords, the Death Rattle, the Death Mages, or the Dead Walkers? And then shout out to Lex here as well. So the Chalice, the Endless Spell Chalice is
exactly. That's why it was familiar. You see?
So which of these is not an ally for the Flesh Eater Court? So these are all keywords in Legions of Nagash. For anyone who may not recognize Death Lords, Death Rattle, Death Mages, or Dead Walkers. So your Death Rattles are your Skellies, your Death Mages are like your Necromancers, your Dead Walkers are your Zombies, and your Death Lords mostly are your Mortarchs. You don't see a lot of allies in Flesh Eater Courts.
They don't play well with others. So.
No, I don't think so. I imagine like Death Rattle might be good because they're not going to eat the bones of the. No, they're already done. There's no meat around the bones. Yeah, a lot of people picking number 2.
But Flesh Eaters think that they are like nobles, right? So.
Well, shout out to Jerome here. It's like R.I.P. Bretonia. They all eat flesh now.
Exactly.
Shout out. And Jonathan's shamelessly copying everybody else on these death questions.
It's a true hype mind, but
it is the Death Rattle. So yeah, but you know what? You copy someone who shamelessly puts in the wrong answer, and everyone copies. And then, what is the maximum unit size of the Archelian Alapex? So our sharks in the Idoneth Deepkin. So in a unit, can you take 1, 2, 3, or 4 sharks? How many sharks can you take now? Interesting question. You used to only see batches of 1. You've started to see batches of 2. But how many can they actually take? Can they take 3 or 4?
This might be my favorite model in the game. So
the sharks?
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah,
Todd, where are you at with sharks?
I've seen some amazing paintings with sharks. I'm going to go with 3 is the max.
Well, I play DP.
Oh, okay. I think that's not what you were asking me, though.
Barney, you play IDK.
And I've picked them up prior to the new book release. So,
and I can see the confusion potentially happening here because the stupid system decided to put 3 as 4 and 4 as 3. So
it's a riddle.
That wasn't my fault. That's the system randomly shuffling. Yeah. So apologies there. The correct answer is 4. So it's despite the trickery, it did actually get the correct answer. Yeah, Jerome, I hate it too. It didn't match up the numbers. I don't know why it decided to randomly shuffle those. So that's rather annoying.
That's crazy.
The only males in the Daughters of Cain are Bloodstalkers, Doomfire Warlocks, Dark Riders, or Canary Heartrenders. Shadow Hammer better. Shadow Hammer. Strength Hammer better be here, and he better get this one correct. So the only males in the Daughters of Cain are Bloodstalkers, Doomfire Warlocks, Dark Riders, or Canary Heartrenders.
I will say, without giving anything away this time, that they're one of my favorite models in their range.
What?
Yeah.
I just got rid of some.
Oh, really?
I just traded them for the new Underworld's Daughters of Cain warband. But
that's a good trade.
Todd, I think so. I think so. Todd, they're some of your favorite models.
Yeah, the Doomfire Warlocks.
So there's a bit of a trick question in there because Dark Riders while they are male, are not in Daughters of Cain.
Yeah,
But they are the alternate in the box, I believe.
They are, but that's
Yeah, I
they
was
are.
thinking about this, right? Because Dark Riders are cities now.
Yeah.
I called out Strength Hammer. Chuck is the notorious Daughters of Cain player, and I caught him out. I got him on a technicality. Dark Riders are not in Daughters of Cain. They are an alternative build to the Doomfire Warlocks. The Doomfire Warlocks were the correct question. You all beat Chuck. Gordrak is the what of Gork? Is he the face, the voice, the foot, or the fist?
Oh,
They all smell.
exactly. And you probably don't want to walk or meet him in a dark alley somewhere. So
We've got a couple of spells, funnily enough, that are representative of Gork. So you've got the hand of Gork, you've got the foot of Gork, you've got the face of Gork, maybe. It sounds like a massive headbutt, just like bang, face of Gork. So Strength Hammer is also protesting because Shadow Stalkers are male, but they weren't an option, Chuck. They weren't an option. So you fail. The war cry warband, it's awesome. Did any of you guys have a thought on who was the what of Gork?
well, I have the model, so it's the Fist of Gork, right? I think so.
Skate thinks it might be the left kidney of Gork. Lee might think it's the cheeky finger of Gork. That sounds like an OnlyFans type of stream. We're not going down that route there, Lee. But
to be fair, a Fist of Gork can also be featured prominently in OnlyFans. So.
Let's move along. Is the realm of fire, chaos, beast, metal. I just love saying Shimon. In the community, we've all just agreed that we all say Shimon like Michael Jackson. So is it fire? Is it the realm of chaos? Is it the realm of beasts? Or is it the realm of metal?
Well, not joking. What's the actual pronunciation? Is it Shimon or is it Chamon?
I think it depends on which country you come from.
I have no idea.
I mean, in Australia, we call McDonald's Macca's. So,
Yeah, but Australian English is weird, right? So, I mean,
we also call Target Target. So I wouldn't come to us as the authority of pronunciation.
because Chamon is ham in Russian.
Is it spelled the same way? The CH?
No, I mean it's a Cyrillic. So.
The realm of ham. All right. So it's the realm of ham, fire, chaos, beast, or metal. I guess fire to cook the ham, beast because that's where it comes from, the meat. Maybe it is a bit nurgly. Hopefully your Christmas ham isn't going nurgly just yet. Most people are thinking it's 4, and that is correct. So Akshi is the realm of fire, Gur is the realm of beasts, the realm of chaos is the realm of chaos, and the realm of metal is Shimon. So I need to have a drink for my voice, but
Well, I had a drink already. So
I've smashed my coffee, but the milk is just a bit weird. Here's a trick question for everybody. Thamir Warriors, a Forge World model that was almost expanded into an army before some changes in Forge World, are led into battle by the Thamir Warlock, the Thamir Noble, the Thamir Arc Warlord, Noble, Warlock, or Big Boss.
this is an actual army?
This is a range from the old world. They have sculpts at Forge World. They then brought out a hero in Age of Sigmar. They previewed some additional models in 2018, around the same time as the Khorne Dragon. And the range never really got off the ground. Forge World kind of stopped focusing on Age of Sigmar, unfortunately, and we never really got this army. Destruction Army, I've got to play with Thamirs, and they're fucking cool. They're very cool.
Yeah. Forge World is probably a good source of rare trivia.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys have any experience with
Expensive
Thamirs?
trivia.
They come from Destructions, if anyone's thinking about bringing them into their army.
My guess would have been Warlord, but it looks like I would have been wrong.
So despite me being trickery, like most of you guys got that right. Damn you guys.
Wow.
Damn, you're good.
Well,
Damn, you're
I
good.
suspect that one person just put in an answer, and the other people didn't.
Somebody
know the
knows
answer,
it.
So. Exactly.
Oh,
Like Julian said, forceful question, time to copy other people's answers.
for much of the Age of Sigmar, Slanesh was trapped between Ulgu and Hish, Hish and Shaish, Gairan and Gur, Azir and Chaos. So where has Slaanesh been trapped for most of their time? If they've been moved into Legacy or Legends, I will cry. Poor for me. Poor for me. But where has Slaanesh been trapped? Which of these two realms has he been trapped? Or they. Slaanesh is as the prince of. Where has the Dark Prince been hiding? Is it been?
The second answer sounds like Arabian Night, right?
Hish and Shaish.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could maybe get some kebab or something, And then,
Okay.
It's one of those pocket realms you were talking about earlier.
Is indeed been hiding by a bunch of chains, and we know that the 4 elven gods, we had Malarian, we had Marathi, we had Teclis and Tyrion, all binding the realm of light and the realm of shadow, which is the same reasons or the same rationale we have Geminids. Geminids, you have 2 different models, one being light, one being dark, but that is all good. the realm of shadow and the realm of light. In the Flesh Eater Court's army, when does a Royal Terrorgeist become battle line? Is it in Blisterskin? Is it in Grizzlegore? Is it in Hallowmorn? Or is it in Morgant?
Ooh, the 6th Terrorgeist army.
It's been a long time since people have played with Flesh Eater Courts, even more so before the Royal Terrorgeist spam.
Well, imagine if every Terrorgeist would claim as 10 models. Would that change the
definitely
game?
change everything.
That would change the game entirely, right?
I think you would make a lot of Ogres players even angrier than they are.
Well,
They're already upset that Gargans took their rule.
exactly.
But there probably needs to be something a bit more behemoth-y to help with objective claiming. But guys, do you remember, like in the height of Flesh Eater Courts running around with Terrorgeists double piling in, where do they become battle line?
I remember there's a lot of salt about Grizzlegore, but I don't know if it's because they were Terrorgeists.
No, it's Grizzlegore. So.
It was indeed Grizzlegore. So Blisterskin was more focused on flayers.
Yeah, Blisterskin is where they get the extra movement.
Yeah.
On the flyers.
Hallowmorn, I think, is more for horrors from memory. But yes, Grizzlegore is also the they can double pile in, or there's some stuff on the charge. According to the General's Handbook 2020, how many points is the minimum unit for a Chaos spawn? So I've recently just started playing against some Chaos spawns in a Beast Claw Raiders, a Beast of Chaos army, which was very, very cool. But according to the GHB, how many points is a Chaos spawn at minimum? Is it 50, 60, 70, or 80 points? Is it the same points as a command point, or is it more? And maybe people, I don't know. It's one of these things you don't really see very often.
I've only seen Chaos spawns in 40k games. So.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Todd?
I remember you can sort of slot one in pretty easily, so it's definitely on the low end points
Maybe
wise.
50 points then, right? Maybe.
Yeah, it could be 50 points because it's one of those where if you've just got not enough to put anything else in, but you can throw in a Chaos spawn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure from memory it was 50 points. But then you've got to ask yourself the question about, so it's 50 points. So you've got to ask yourself the question, do I take a Chaos spawn or do I take a command point? Although
probably get a command point because they're probably useless. But.
Although in saying that, having a Chaos spawn on your back objective can actually not be too bad. They've got a lot of randomness, but they could protect an objective. Same rules applies, guys. Just because the Battlesmith is large text doesn't mean it's the right answer. But according to General's Handbook 20, which leader has the highest points value? Is it the Battlesmith? Is it the Auric Runefather on Magmadroth, the Auric Rune Smiter on Magmadroth, or the Auric Rune Sun on Magmadroth?
Well, obviously, no.
All right, Simon remembers from my General's Hand, my video with Age of Nagash about Slaves to Darkness. So is it the Battlesmith? Is it the Runefather on Magmadroth, the Rune Smiter, or the Rune Sun?
Is it the longest name or the shortest name?
It's
Is it the father or the son, or is it the smith?
I don't see a lot of Magmadroths around. I don't know what it needs to. I don't know what they need to do to make it more appealing, other than like nerfing Hearthguard Berserkers and making it even harder for them. But
if they make them 100 points cheaper,
you just don't see Magmadroths around.
I mean, if
those
they're
are like the coolest
150
models
points,
in the range.
They are definitely, compared to having a whole bunch of armies of naked babies. Yeah, it's the Rune Father. So the Rune Father is the most expensive or the highest points value. So I think the Battlesmith only like 100 points. So I had to find a fourth option.
Imagine how mad the Rune Father would be if the Rune Smitter would actually be the top boss in town, you know? That he would be the most expensive.
The Hag Queen's What ability allows friendly Daughters of Cain units to reroll failed rune rolls and melee attacks within 3 inches. So is it the Battle Brew? Is it the Haterade? Is it the Witch Brew? Or is it the Blood Chalice? Which of these 4 allows from a Hag Queen that allows friendly Daughters of Cain units to reroll their failed wound rolls for melee attacks within 3?
I think this ability is so strong.
If Chuck gets this wrong, I will cry. It looks like he's already got it wrong, so don't follow him. Don't follow him, guys. He clearly doesn't know Daughters of Cain. I will be removing my video with Chuck in the near future. My guess would have been Haterade.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the most aptly named choice.
Yeah. Nick has said Haterade should be canon. I agree. I'm going with Haterade. I think it now should be called Haterade. The Sippy Cup. Battle Brew, people may know as the Ogre Moor Tribes Sippy Cup. Was very, very powerful back in the day. Haterade is definitely my upcoming drink line that's going to be hitting all the corner stores and petrol stations in 2021. Blood Chalice is something that vampires can use to heal D6 wounds back once per game. So couldn't trick you there.
She's got the chalice she's holding.
Which endless spell allows you to re-roll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by units wholly within 9 inches of it? Is it the Emerald Life Swarm, the Shards of Val? Is it the Burning Head, or is it the Horrorghast?
What do you think, Todd? Do you know it?
Pardon?
Do you know the answer, Todd?
I know what some of these do, but I don't know what all of them do, and I don't know the answer. So no.
Bonnie, how you going?
I know the answer, but I'm not really like from a lore perspective. I don't really know why it is the Burning Head. But...
So you're going with Burning Head, Barney? Is that correct?
Because that's like what the Bastiladons have, right? You put the Bastiladons on the objective with the Burning Head, and it's like blah blah blah.
So the Emerald Life Swarm is going to bring back D3 or D6 wounds to a unit or models. If your city's a Sigmar, if you're playing in the realm of Gairan, the shards. I think the shards and the Horrorghast from memory are like bravery debuffs, so they do something. Do something bravery based. The Burning Head, love my Burning Head, especially with a single model. I love having it in my my Gits army with a Loon Boss and a Mangler Squig or a Colossal Squig, because it's easy to keep within wholly within 9. Having a unit wholly within 9 is hard, which is why the Bastiladon is great. Which Gargant in the Sons of Behemat can destroy terrain? Is it the Kraken Eater, the War Stomper, the Bone Grinder, or the Gatebreaker? Which of these 4 Gargants in the Sons of Behemat can destroy terrain?
Well, you must know the answer, Anthony.
I mean, there's some good options there. The Bone Grinder people might not recognize. That is the Forge World model, the Bone Grinder. Great little model.
The Uncle Lester
Could
model.
be a trick question, actually.
Also, we have some comedians here as well. Simon saying the Burning Head really fires people up. Oh, we got comedians in the house. A lot of fours. Sounds like a few people have been scarred maybe by some faction terrain. I can't wait to destroy like some Sylvaneth Wildwoods.
He's definitely had his haterade for the day.
The IDK boat's next. I've destroyed a couple of Bone-Tithe Nexuses. The boats are next on my destruction list. But most people think
the The boats are not next on your list.
No, they are, because some jerkwad usually puts it in my deployment zone. I was going to smash it. It is indeed the Gatebreaker. All right, that one wasn't too hard. All right.
Well,
I have to rev these up. You guys are really smart, or I'm just being too kind.
There was a
Those
lot
are
of
on the
hype
nose,
about them, and everybody was really tuned in.
Yeah, the Gatebreaker definitely. So that is the one that can ally with Death as well. So the mercenary. The named spirit of the mountain in the Lumineth Realm Lords is called what? The Beefer of Secrets, Avalon, the Battle Cattle.
oh boy, this is a good one.
Yeah, you had some fun with this one. I like it.
Exactly. Well, I think
not enough gift questions. I think I've got a couple more gift questions, Dante. If not in the next one, but So which of these is the named character version? I only recently realized that the non-named cow isn't a hero. It's just a behemoth. I thought you'd just be a non-named character, but
it's like with the tree lords, right?
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised. I thought it would still be a hero, but it's not a hero.
Somebody was asking if you had a Lumineth question. Here you go.
I did, and I remember sneaking this in at the very end. But do you guys know the name? I would have gone Beefer of Secrets.
I thought Battle Cattle.
Yeah.
Like it's a proper named character name, right? Battle Cattle.
Levy thinks it was Battle Cattle.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish it was called Beefer of Secrets. I think we start rebranding things. You know, got Haterade, we've got the Beefs of Secrets, OBR, the Bone Daddies. I'm all down for these alternative names. Teach Games Workshop picking hard names for me to pronounce. It's a moot point.
Oh,
and Jonathan wins again.
Right. Jonathan's taking all my cash.
Oh, look at all these people at 21 points.
That's another three-way tie.
Another three-way tie.
This is not a
it's actually 5 way.
It's like a 10-way.
Oh, yeah.
11 or 12, 13-way tie.
I guess this is where speed comes in.
Yeah, so Jonathan, again, that's a...
Yeah, maybe that's how chat's getting it all right. It's because Jonathan's putting it in first, and then everybody's just listening to him.
Jonathan needs to go last. Jonathan, stop responding. Stop tricking people.
But this is the end of the round, right, Anthony?
This is indeed the end of the round.
Because I think I will be leaving the studio.
Not a problem. Well, thank you for joining us. I know you've got a child on the way, and it is close to midnight. We're not dropping off. For anyone who might be worried, we're not dropping off. We've got another round to go. But we'll have another round in a minute. Let me just sync this up.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Barney.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for joining us. Have a safe, wonderful night in the Netherlands.
Thanks for having me.
And if anyone else on the Discord wants to jump in, just go into the private chat. You know where the link is. Discord patrons. So the next round is going to start. Barney, thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks. Bye. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right, Todd. I think we need some harder questions.
I'm with you. Except, I could use some easier questions.
I wonder what we're going to do. I think I need more squid questions, and I think maybe next time we do this, maybe I'll get some harder questions. So I did this in preparation. I didn't know how you guys would handle it. Seems like you guys are smarter. Like you guys are pretty good. You know your war scrolls. You know your lore. Dante, how many rounds are there? I have up to 5. Depends on how tired I am, how long my voice holds out, how long it takes for me to eventually need to go pee. But we'll play at least, thanks, Korn. Thanks for dropping by. We'll at least have 3 rounds. If all things go well, we might go all full 5 rounds. They are all prepared here. So
awesome. We're
about to kick off into round 3.
You mentioned some prizes. Are you doing anything with that?
Yep. So if anyone who was in the top 3 just messages me, and I've taken some screenshots as well. So just message me, and number 1, you'll get $50 Australian in equivalent in a Games Workshop voucher, and then second and third will either get a smaller GW online voucher, so obviously for your country, or a subscription to AOS Reminders. So So thanks, Jonathan. Thanks for joining us. I know for some people we did a stream that was going to be good for the Europeans to at least get 2 rounds in. And that was getting quite late for our Europeans. And then obviously our Australians are kicking in and our Americans. So question number 1, what is the known what is also known as the Oracle of Tzeentch? So is the Oracle of Tzeentch Be'lakor? Is it Echold Hellbrass? Is it Kairos Fate Weaver? Or is it Galrach? Which of the 4? How do you message me? Message me on Twitter or message me in Discord. If you message me on AOS Coach, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Discord. I think I've even got my email, like aoscoach@gmail.com, I think is on my page as well. So what is known as the Oracle of Tzeentch, Todd?
Kairos Fate Weaver. I'm actually putting together one of those right now, but a proxy version.
Ooh. So Be'lakor, we know, is the first demon prince. Be'lakor has a bit of an issue with Archeon. Galrach is the 2-headed dragon that was in the world that was. A Tzeentch dragon, funnily enough, which is very, very cool. And Echold Hellbrass was actually a famous Tzeentch, like a Slaves to Darkness wizard. So very, very cool. But the correct answer was Kairos Fate Weaver, the alternative build to their Lord of Change with 2 heads. Like all siblings, the Chaos Gods fight amongst themselves. Who does Khorne dislike the most? Is it Tzeentch, Nurgle, Slaanesh, or the Great Horned Rat?
Yeah, and I like how they have their own sort of interpersonal disputes between the Chaos Gods.
Yeah, except for the Great Horned Rat. Everyone kind of forgets that the Great Horned Rat is a god. Everyone just thinks there's 4 Chaos Gods and the Great Horned Rat's just gnawing some cheese or something. People are thinking 3s. There's a 2s in the house. People are just copying Jonathan now, and then Jonathan just failed. Jonathan just got a correct answer just then, so that may not be the right strategy. Maybe Jonathan's now trying to bait people.
I think so.
Who do you think Khorne dislikes the most?
Tzeentch, because they're too tricksy, and he's a little bit much more direct.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, he also hates magic, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely hates magic.
Or as MB saying, they all hate the rat. Everyone hates the rat.
They all ignore the rat.
The correct answer is Slaanesh. Buckets, did you know that one?
Wow.
His audio is still going. See Buckets. So the correct answer is Slaanesh. Yeah, I mean, Tzeentch did also help the elves find Slaanesh, but Khorne does have the most beef with Slaanesh. Who was responsible for the destruction of Nagash's Black Pyramid using Nurgle's force as a distraction? Is it Flesh Eater Courts, Tzeentch, Skaven, or the Stormcast Eternals? And as Jonathan's called out, the traditional pair is Khorne and Slaanesh, Nurgle and Tzeentch. They're the beefs. But Nick tells me that the rats are the best. Who was responsible for the destruction of Nagash's Black Pyramid using the Nurgle's force as a distraction? Buckets is in the upside down now. Lots of 3.
I think he's trying to join you in Australia is what's going on. There he goes.
That's amazing. Get there in the end. Buckets, do you know the answer here?
Skaven.
Oh, do you reckon that they... Okay.
Yeah, they the ones that brought down the moon as well. They definitely know how to make things happen.
It's bloody Skaven. They're always tunneling and doing things. Jonathan, I think Jonathan's now trying to bait people. I feel like he's purposely trying to bait people now. So the correct answer was Skaven. They were the people, or the rat demons, that used Nurgle's force as a distraction to help destroy Nagash's Black Pyramid. Who gifted Sigmar an arena for his Stormcast Eternals to practice warfare in? Also, it's known as the Gladiatorium. So the Gladiatorium was the arena that was gifted to the Stormcast Eternals for them to practice. Who was the person who actually gave it to them? Was it Alariel, Marathi, Malarian, or Tyrion?
Sounds like a cool story, whoever the answer is.
Yeah, so this is very early on in the day. I think it was maybe anvils. No, I can't think of which chamber were the ones that we're using it the most, but it was actually gifted by one of the elves. A bit of confusion here, a bit of threes, a bit of fours, a bit of ones.
And hey, Buckets, glad to have you.
Yeah,
hey, Todd. Merry Christmas to you and your families.
And happy holidays.
Yeah,
With
cheers.
you. Buckets, did you have an idea of who may have gifted the Gladiatorium?
I guess Malarian.
What was the reason behind that?
The other people put Malarian in. Barney said that.
And we got a pretty good quote here. It's one of those elf god fools, and it was Malarian, formerly Malekith. I always got to remind myself if it's Malekith or Malarian, but it's now Malarian, and it indeed was Malarian who gifted Stormcast Eternals the Gladiatorium. So I think that was in Ulgu. So I think some trick questions hopefully catches some people out. Each Chaos God has a sacred number. Tzeentch's number is 8, 7, 9, or 6.
We can see how good people's memory are from earlier in the show.
I feel like this one's burnt into everyone's mind. If you've ever played Tzeentch before, I feel like you know this one.
I think there's an Underworld unit named after one of the numbers, right?
There is. Though you don't see a lot of Underworld's warbands on the table. Most people keep them in Underworlds. They just don't quite translate as well. Seeing a lot of threes. Buckets. Have you played Tzeentch lately, and do you remember the number?
I just left it up to fate with my guess.
Oh, you're voting too.
Arnold says, Milo asked, are they all answered 3? No, they alternate. They're not all answered 3. But yes, indeed, 9 is the number. You may know them from the fake dice, where they get 9 dice that they can use to manipulate, to replace instead of a dice roll. If you play Tzeentch, can you fake dice your answer? So, and the Underworld's warband that Scott's manipulating is the Eyes of the 9. According to General's Handbook 2020, how many points is the Lord Celestin on Stardrake? So how many points is a Lord Celestin on Stardrake? Is it 560, 610, 510, or 460?
It's definitely more expensive than an ally allows you to take.
Yes, so, which in that case, all 4 of these would meet that criteria, unless you're playing 2,500 points, which would allow you to take 500 points of allies.
Oh.
Which would still breach all but 1. So 3, 1, 3, 4, 3, 4. Mixture. Todd, did you have an idea?
I think it's either 560 or 610, but I'm going to go with 610.
Pretty sure it was 560. That was, I think, that would be my guess, if I remember correctly. Lots of people thinking 510 as well. It was 560. So just to prove a point, Milo, they're not all answered 3. I just sent you. I put you in a false sense of security. The correct answer was 560. So a lot of incorrect ones. I don't see a lot of Star Drakes at the moment. Reign of Stars a bit of pain in the butt.
And beautiful models too.
Ulgu is the realm of death, beast, shadow, or light. So we know we haven't got a city of Sigmar just yet in Ulgu. We know certain elven gods might be coming from the realm of Ulgu. So are they coming from death, beast, shadow, or light?
There aren't any cities of Sigmar in Ulgu?
I just played 3 games in Ulgu. Oh.
I gotta fact check something now. Some people are saying that the Star Drake might have gone down. It might be 500 flat. Let me. Someone's actually me.
I think so.
Have I failed? All right, you'll morally win that one. Stormcast.
Misthaven. I like that. Chuck.
It's 500. All right, I failed that one. Apologies, guys. Yeah, it's 500. I'm wrong. Look, even a broken watch is wrong twice a day. So, well, actually, it's broken most of the day, but I was wrong. I was trying to get away. I was trying to sound really smart, but I actually just doubled down and I went further there. All right. Yes, you guys got it right. It was 500. I didn't actually have the correct. When a Mangler Squig dies, they explode and create what? They create a minimum unit of Squig herd. They create a loon boss on foot. They create nothing, or they create a loon boss on giant Squig. So Squigs like to explode. They like to do stuff when they explode. But what are they exploding into? Yes. Be quiet, Martin.
Spores.
And then we know Squigs now are squiggly beasts. So, and there's two of those Mangler Squigs chained up. So what do they explode into? And they do explode into something. What do they explode into?
Oh, so that rules out 3.
Oh.
Buckets, what were you thinking? Do you remember?
I put 3. I've actually never experienced them exploding into anything else in the games I played. So
they actually explode into mortal wounds. The colossal Squig explodes into a unit of Squig herd, but the Mangler Squig explodes into nothing, but it does do some mortal wounds when it goes out. So it basically like pops like a Terrorgeist. So, but I think it's a roll of a 2+ or a 3+, everything within 3 or something. So the correct answer is nothing. It doesn't explode into anything except mortal wounds. That was a bit of a trick question.
Nice.
So I do love my Mangler Squig. During the Age of Myth, Grimnir famously battled the God Beast, Volcatrix, Chimerac, Ignax, or Dracothian. Yes, Martin, that's exactly why I did that. It was a trick question because the Colossal Squig is the one that explodes.
It was too easy for you guys. You needed to step it up.
So during the Age of Myth, what's Grimnir battling? Which of the God Beasts did Grimnir battle?
I'm definitely learning a lot about the lore and such. I like this.
Same.
A lot of old lore as well. Like I've tried to draw upon some stuff that happened in the Realmgate Wars and things early on, as much as the lore is happening right now as well. So which of the battles, or where did it come from? Todd, did you have an idea of which one it might be?
I'm going to guess Volcatrix, because that definitely sounds like it would fit, and I think I've heard Volcatrix in their lore before, too.
Buckets, where are you at?
I went with Volcatrix also because I just took the Volkite from that. So I guess Dwarf, Volkite, Volcatrix, kind of put them together.
And that was indeed the correct answer. So Dracothian is certainly the savior of the Stormcast, or the big ally there. Ignax has got some scales, but it's Volcatrix, which famously battled across the mortal realms. Here's one of my personal favorites. Which Free People's War Scroll did not get brought into the Cities of Sigmar Battle Tome? So was it the Free Guild Crossbowmen, the Free Guild Archers, the Free Guild Greatswords, or the Free Guild Outriders? Which of these Free People's War Scrolls did not get brought into the Cities of Sigmar Battle Tome?
I know a lot of people have been converting these.
Oh, definitely.
There was a whole bunch of models that before Cities of Sigmar had their own allegiance. So the Free People were actually an allegiance made up of basically everything that's Free Guilds, all the humans that Todd, what have you seen people been converting?
The crossbowmen, because I know there aren't any crossbows. Actually, I don't believe there's any crossbows.
Buckets, where are you at?
I'm at the Archers. I played against those crossbowmen. They're pretty nasty.
Really?
Actually,
Okay.
Yeah, crossbowmen are the same points as a handgunner, but the benefits.
I think I'm thinking of the men on horses. They switched out the handgunners with crossbows.
So the correct answer is the archers. I'm with Julian. It does still hurt. I love the archer kit. I love the fact that one of the archers is holding a bird. There was actually a wounded orc as well in the kit. So there's like an orc kind of that's laying down with an arrow through it. So it was a really cool kit. But unfortunately, it didn't get crossed over. So that is the correct answer. Nagash imprisoned the first Ghoul King, Urush, in a prison called the Shroudcade, the Hullust, Shadespire, or Latchkey Isle. So, where did Nagash imprison the first Ghoul King? Where? Which of the four? And Mike, I love the Dying Orc. I've got it on one of the bases of my models.
Yeah, it's definitely not Stygics.
No,
So that isn't even an option.
Nope.
Latchkey Isle does sound cool though.
What would you have picked, Buckets?
I just tried to relate some words again. So Holost, Hollowmorn, Hollow. I just put Holost sounded like a cage that a Ghoul King would go in.
Is Holost the place that Nagash went to like hide for a bit after he got defeated? So I don't think it would be that one. So I don't know the other ones though.
It was the Shroud Cage.
Ooh.
And probably the word cage probably may have given that away to some people.
Good guess.
It's a very good.
Didn't know it.
Although an isle, the Ghoul Kings don't fly without any magic. So, but no, it was the Shroud Cage. The Idna Deepkin were creations of Jesus Christ, Malarian, Morathi, Teclis, or Tyrion. Buckets is drunk. So
no, I'm not.
And so is his camera.
Idna Deepkin, who were they created by? Were they created by Malarian, Morathi, Teclis, or Tyrion?
It's only 2:30. Give me a few hours.
Jeez. Who were they created by? Because we know that, when Slaanesh was bound up, they started to siphon the souls from Slaanesh, and they started to allocate those souls into, I guess, each of these four started to kind of create them in their own image. So
yet to see one of those.
So we saw the Idna Deepkin created by not Tyrion, Malarian, not yet. We have started to see some of Morathi's snakes. So the correct answer is
Teclis.
Teclis is indeed Teclis, and that's why Idna Deepkin had some serious daddy issues. And Buckets is going to stop typing, or I'm going to mute him. Idna Deepkin, Teclis is the worst dad. Yes. I wish I wish like maybe Games Workshop will do some mad like Father's Day thing for the Deepkin.
Yeah, he needs some father's redemption.
What is the name of the religion of the Fire Slayers? Is it Grimnir? Is it Volkite? Is it Volstagg? Or is it Zargrim?
This is so. There's a good catch in here.
So what is the religion of the Fire Slayers? Is it Grimnir, Volkite, Volstagg, or Zargrim? Jerome, that's brutal. It's saying Teclis that he went out for some light and never came back. Brutal daddy issues there for the.
That is a good one.
Yeah, that's very good.
That's worth stealing.
I like that. That's straight up good. So, Todd, what were you at? What do you think the religion is for the Fire Slayers?
I think it's a Volkite religion, but Grimnir's the god.
Buckets, what about yourself?
I thought Vostarg. I remember that name, hearing it one time. I don't know if a person was mentioning it, but that's the name just came to my head there.
Okay. So
that could be a house, though. One of the lodges, actually, now that I think about it.
A lot of so the correct answer is Zargrim. So people would know Volkite. Those are Volkite berserkers. Vostarg, I do believe, Buckets, you are correct. It's like a house. It's like a temple. It's on one of the I guess the groups. Volgrim. Grimnir is definitely the god. Yes, Volstagg is a lodge. That's the word I was looking for. You guys asked for Gits questions. Here is the Gits question. What is the name of the Grot character who can control the bad moon in Gloomspite Gits? Is it Zarbag? Is it Skarsnik? Is it Skragrot? Is it Grillstick Moonclaw? Grillstick Moonclaw. Who controls or who has the ability to control the bad moon? Is it Zarbag, Skarsnik, Skragrot, or Grillstick Moonclaw?
I'm surprised anybody can control the bad moon.
It costs you a command point, but hopefully the Loon Asylum where they capture all the goblins and all the wizards help. Buckets, you're a bit of a goblin fan. What were you thinking?
I didn't want to pick Skagrot for some silly reason. I picked Skarsnik. I'm not sure exactly why. I know Zarbag was not it, but I chose Skarsnik.
And Todd, where are you at?
I'll go with Skagrot since it's not Skarsnik.
So Skarsnik is a famous Groblin warlord from the old world, the world that was. It's now the model for the loon boss with giant squig. So the guy holding the big squig on chain is a big warlord of the Seven Peaks. Really messed up the dwarves back in the day. But the correct answer is Skragrot, or Scraggy as I call him. Which realm of battle could you previously find the Grith Feather Charm? Was the Grith Feather Charm coming from Gur, Ulgu, Hish, or Gairan? It's been a while since we had Malign Sorcery.
Over 6 months.
It's been ages. But which
ages
of the
in a long year?
Which realm of battle did you have to make your army come from to access the Grith Feather Charm? One of the most popular artifacts. No, it certainly wasn't the Ethereal Amulet.
That would be pretty nutty on the Lady of the Swamp now with the new rules from the Trogs.
You talking about the Troggoth Hag?
Yeah, she'd be coming back on a 5+ and still neg 2 to hit. Oh my god!
I got her at neg 4 at one point.
Whoa,
Todd, where did you think you got the Grith Feather Charm from?
I would say Gur. It sounds right.
And Buckets?
Yeah, I thought it was Gur too, from what I remember.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't. Yeah.
My second option would be Gairan.
I thought that was the Gyre Strike from Gairan.
It was indeed Gur, because I remember the artifact choices were a bit questionable. It was a bit hard, and there wasn't a lot of options, but that was definitely the way to go. But it's been ages since we had them. Conjurer General's Handbook. How many points is a cockatrice?
Those are all in a very similar range.
There was a point a few months ago where cockatrices were impossible to get. The Englishmen were buying them all out of stock.
Well, Adam Mumford decided to create Cocktail, and now we've got a whole bunch of cockatrice armies, like 15 cockatrices, and it's actually legit good.
Yeah,
so
he started as a lark.
He has made cock meta. But according to how many points is those cockatrice? I always thought they're artillery, which is, I remember looking at them very first. I'm like, surely they're artillery or something. It's always a shame that I couldn't run them as Dark Walkers or Dark Stalkers, the guys that can kind of ambush. But Buckets, how many points did you think cockatrice are?
I just put 100. I had no idea. You fit so many damn ones in that one army. It had to be low.
Yeah, I know Adam Mumford has been running lists with about 15 in them. Todd?
I'll say 120.
Okay. They're 100.
Ooh, there you go.
Did they change points as well? All right, if they change points, they're. I might have failed there. I'm getting smashed. All right, they're now 90. They're even cheaper now than they were. All right, so
90.
There goes. That's where the meta comes from. Maybe.
Yeah.
So cheap to throw them all in.
What is the maximum unit size for Sylvaneth Dryads? All right, 90. Yes. All right. I got another one wrong. I'll check the stupid Games Workshop changing points. What is the maximum unit size for Sylvaneth Dryads? Is it 20, 40, 30, or 60? How many how many dryads can you have in a unit? There's not a lot of units that can have 60 in them. I know Marauders, when they very first came out, could take 60.
And
thankfully-
Dryads are on 32 mil, so that'd be putting a lot of large circles out there.
And
I actually think that's one of the best blocks not played right now. And beautiful
Dryads.
looking too. Yeah, they're beautiful too. Gorgeous, gorgeous models.
Buckets, what were you thinking?
I picked 30, 3.
I'm going to say 40.
40 is a very consistent number. A lot of people, like, you go 20, 40, 60. I think it's 30. I'm pretty sure it's 30.
It could be 30, yeah.
I think it's 30. I don't think you can go 40. Back in the olden days, before they got a new battle tome, they would get a -1 to hit if one of them was next to a wildwood. The whole unit would be -1 to hit. So you just string out these dryads, and it was just a nightmare. Thankfully, it's now a wholly within type of rule, but
and it's hard to get them wholly within. They have to be like right up against the trees.
What is the name of Lotan's familiar? So the little familiar that you have. Is it the sea alligator? Is it Octar? Is it Cripsel? Or is it Ladrix? So what is the familiar's name on Lotan? Lotan is an Ideneth Deepkin model. I think Warhammer Weekly may have recently put it in their top 10 worst wall scrolls ever. So maybe why it might be a bit of a struggle. Like Bucket's phone is struggling.
It's my dog.
But what is the name of that familiar?
I hope it's the sea alligator.
Is that what you think?
No, just hoping.
Okay.
It'll probably die like all my childhood hopes and dreams.
A lot of people picking 2. Some people picking 3. I wish it was a sea alligator. Buckets, do you know what it's called?
An octopus has got to be called Octar.
So it is an octopus. You're 100% correct. It is that random octopus model. People want to see your dog, Bucket. So if you can do that without dropping your phone again, that'd be awesome. Oh, there's the dog.
Yeah.
Bonus dog stream. Yeah, we need Doggo. What an awesome dog.
Doggo has joined the panel.
Which Bloodthirster has a command ability that allows a unit to pile in 6 inches if they're wholly within 16? So which of the Bloodthirsters has that command ability? Is it the Wrath of Khorne, the Incessant Rage, Unfettered Fury, or the Exalted Greater Demon? So these are all Bloodthirsters. So Bloodthirster of Wrath of Khorne, Incessant Rage, Unfettered Fury, or the Exalted Greater Demon. So which of them allows you to do a 6-inch pile in if they were wholly within 8, say 16? Sea Alligator desperately needs a model, Skaith says. Absolutely. And we certainly do need Doggo. +2 at 20 likes. Yes. If you like the Doggo, press like if you've enjoyed this. So a lot of people picking Incessant Rage. I'm seeing a lot of 2s coming up, although we've got a couple of 1s in there as well. Todd, what do you think?
I would go with the Exalted Greater Demon, but they have so many different variations. I don't know.
So the Exalted Greater Demon is the Forge World Demon, which you don't see very much of, but it's actually the Unfettered Fury. So being able to pile in 6 inches with a Bloodthirster is just nasty. So absolutely nasty. Looks like we got a bit of a mixture there, but
yeah, that's probably the largest spread we've seen.
Which Age of Sigmar tournament holds the highest attendance record? Is it Adepticon, South Coast GT, CanCon, or Bobo? No, Nick, I was not saying Incest and Rage. That sounds like the worst Bloodthirster ever. That sounds like a new Slanesh, so a new Slanesh model. But which of the Age of Sigmar tournaments has the highest attendance record? Is it Adepticon, which is in America, South Coast GT, which is in England, CanCon, which is in Australia, Bobo, which is also in England? So we've got 2 coming in from the motherland. We also got 1 from us, land of convicts, and America as well. I don't know the best way to describe America. The land of candy.
Yeah, I think you've got some reason for Australian pride here.
You think it's Australia?
Yeah.
I mean, Adepticon's pretty big. Like having attended Adepticon is a very big. It's a massive convention, much bigger than Australia. South Coast GT run by Dan Heelan, Bobo being run by Jonathan. But the correct answer is CamCon, which was I believe 220 people in attendance, 219 people in attendance, 240 tickets sold. Adepticon 2019 almost got it. I think they were just over 200, but not 220. Kairos Fate Weaver's Oracle of Eternity can replace a single dice roll. Which roll can't it replace? So can the Oracle of Eternity replace? So which one can't it do? The casting roll, a save roll, priority roll, or battle shock test? Which dice roll?
Was this something that came up in one of the facts after the Battle Tome came out?
I definitely feel like I have checked the FAQ. When you've written 65 questions or 64 questions, some of them do slip in, but I'm pretty sure I triple check this with the FAQ.
Okay.
Which one do you think it is?
I think there being something being about the Battle Shock test, but it could be priority roll. Like there was something about the fact about Battle Shock test, but it could be the priority roll because I don't think I've ever seen anybody use a fate dice for the priority roll.
There used to be two ways to manipulate the priority roll. One was Kairos, but that got FAQ'd. There was another one, and I think it was the Bastiladon. I believe it was the Engine of the Gods. The Engine of the Gods, the old Engine of the Gods, could allow you to get a double turn or get a second turn on a certain roll.
Mm-hmm.
It was bonkers.
I think it was 12.
Tom's saying the land of convicts. You're up for parole. I tell you what, like that, maybe that's why I'm on YouTube so much, because I've got actually like a little anchor, a little what's it called?
Anklet.
Anklet, yeah. Well, yes. I was trying to think of the more official term. But congratulations. Who have we got? We've got Devin, we've got Jerome, and then we've got Scott. So same deal. If you guys want to message me, I'm screenshotting all of the winners here. But if people want to message me either on Twitter, on AOS Coach, or if you're in my Discord, message me in my Discord. Or if you just send me an email on the channel, there is an email address. I think it's aos.coach@gmail.com. Just message me if you're one of the top 3 winners, and I can sort you out with your prize. So it's mostly just for fun, but I thought I'd put something up for grabs as well. So very, very close, very close. At least we're getting some incorrect answers. So I think Jonathan is doing his job in helping split the pack. And
you turned up the volume on this one too.
I also had one that was wrong. I put the Star Drake question, which was wrong. But thanks, Chuck. Thanks for joining us again. I know this is. I know people are going to jump in and out, so there's no. You don't have to be here for the whole stream. I'm happy for you guys to join us. We've got up to 2 more rounds. That was round 3. So. Yep. If people want to jump on or jump off, they're free to do so. But I might have a sip of drink. Have you got another random question for us, Todd?
I have a random story for you about this. I found a way to make Sylvaneth the most effective they can be. And what I do is, show up at the game store, put down my Sylvaneth models strategically on a friend's table, let them both fight, and I walk away, and they're just terrain, and then they win a major victory for their working as terrain.
I love it. Sorry, I just realized I didn't set the round. So we've got 2 minutes left. So the round is going to start again in 2 minutes. So feel free to grab yourself a drink, go to the bathroom. The round will commence. We're doing all right for timing, Todd. We're doing very well.
Yeah, it definitely makes you go fast. You don't have much time to take a breath.
That sounded like a Ricky Bobby. I want to go fast. Let's see if who's that?
And we had the special visit from Bucket's dog.
Just popping a message in the Discord, see if one of the other mods want to jump on. But wonder what's going to come up. What haven't we seen yet? We haven't really done a lot of talking about.
Beasts of Chaos is one.
Ooh, yeah, Beasts of Chaos. We haven't really. We did talk to Spawn, but that's kind of. Yeah. Who else have we spoken about yet? Hasn't been a lot of Sylvaneth questions yet. Hasn't really been a lot of. What else have we done? Maybe people in the chat.
I haven't seen
chat can tell me as well what we haven't really spoken about much of, and maybe if I haven't spoken about them at the end of the 5 rounds, maybe build some more questions for a future. Jerome thinks the highlight was the dog. Okay, all right. Well, I won't put in all this effort. We'll just put dogs on camera.
Yeah, you should bring your dog next time.
I can't. My dog snores. He just sits under the microphone and snores. Needs more Skaven questions. All right, fair call, Sarge. Fair call indeed. So I'll take that feedback. Nighthorn, plenty of night questions already. More Nighthorn. More Nighthorn. All right. So the round starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So first question is: every Chaos God has a sacred number. The number of Khorne is 7, 8, 9, or 10.
Yep, and you need to roll this to stop the magic.
Julian wants more Bretonian questions. Vinny might be calling me dad, maybe. And Lee's telling me I haven't done any KO questions yet. Actually, I don't think I have.
We have.
It
was Brock somebody.
Yeah, we did have Brock. We had to have Brock question. So every Chaos God has that sacred number. What is the number of Khorne? So lots of people crushing number 8, well, number 2, which is 8. Todd, what were your thoughts?
Definitely 8. You roll 8 and you automatically unbind.
Yes, that is definitely that's definitely the answer. That if you got the Hex Gorgeous Skull, for example, if you roll an 8, it's going to do a bunch of mortal wounds. On a dispelled magic dispel, if you roll an 8, I had Todd. One day I played against a Khorne army, a wonderful girl by the name of I just forgot her name. I'm going to say Veronica, but it's not Veronica. I played a couple of girls at this tournament, and one of them, I rolled a 16 for a spell cast with Hallow Heart, a 16, and she rolled an 8 to unbind it. So,
that's amazing.
Which of the names is not the name of a Lord Celestin of a Storm host? So is it Taurus Bullheart, Solace Stormbringer, Gadrus Steel Soul, or Vandus Hammerhand? So which of these is not a the name of a Lord Celestin of a Storm host?
I can definitely eliminate one of those because I have that model.
And yes, we did have the Gunhauler question as well. Thanks, chat. Thanks for backing me up. I'm not a KO. I'm not anti-KO. I swear. Todd, do you know which one of these is not a Lord Celestin of a Storm host?
I know which one it is. Vandus Hammerhand.
Oh, we know that from an earlier quiz. So it's one of the other 3.
Yeah. Let's go with Gardas. Is not.
I mean, for me, when I think of Taurus, I just imagine someone riding like a massive, like bullfire Taurus or something like bull flying bull, like a Taurolon but a bull. But Solace Stormbringer is not the name of a Lord Celestin of a Storm host.
I wonder who Gardas is.
I don't know. I think some of these questions are just Googled or Wikied.
Safest way to do it.
How hard it is to write up 60-odd questions.
You got to know a whole bunch.
Which famous Iron Jaws mega boss is also known as the Fist of Gork? Is it the Beast? Is it Gordrak? Is it Gazgul? Or is it Skarsnik?
Oh, isn't this a repeat?
No.
But worded differently?
No.
Okay. Because we had a Fist of Gork question earlier.
We did have a Fist of Gork, but it was about what the was. But is the Iron Jaws mega boss named the Beast, Gordrak, Gazgul, or Skarsnik? So if anyone who was watching the previous one might remember Skarsnik, they might not remember what the context was, but they might remember that name. Todd, do you remember, or do you know the name of the Iron Jaws mega boss?
I don't, but I thought that Gordrak was last time spoken of as the Fist of Gork, but also maybe it's the Beast.
All right, it was Gordrak. We had a similar question, Pask. We had a similar question. Lots of people like David are saying that it's 2. They think it's number 2. And yes, yeah. Gazgul is a 40k monster or a 40k orc. Skarsnik is a goblin of the old world. And the Beast is something I just made up to fill in the numbers. So I couldn't trick you guys on that one. Too clever. Too clever.
And you got people sticking around this whole time, having fun.
So Neve Black Talon is the knight what? Is Neve Black Talon a knight Xeros, a knight Vexilor, a knight Venator, or a knight Zephyros? Neve Black Talon. All right, I'm getting smashed for that last question. Jeez. Settle down. Settle down, guys. Is Neve Black Talon, is she a knight Azeros, a knight Vexilor, a knight Venator, or a knight Zephyros? And the Beast is real. Okay, yep. The Beast is a 40k, is also from 40k. So
Okay. So
I knew I got it from somewhere. I wouldn't have picked something up randomly. But people are thinking it's 2, or I've got some 4s coming in. 4s. Vinny doesn't know any of those
4,
words, which doesn't help.
I think she's Zephyros.
You think she's a knight Zephyros?
Yes.
We know Knight Azeros's fly, and I don't remember Neve Black Talon having wings.
No.
The Vexilor seems like, I think the priests, they're the ones with the little staffs and stuff.
Yeah, the standards.
Yeah, Venator as well. I think that's the archer one, if I remember correctly.
He's got her pet bird.
And I'm being told that the Beast is the name of a famous war bike in 40k, so from the Evil Sons. So, okay.
And
which
related.
Mortarch of Nagash is known as the Mortarch of Night? Is it Alinda, Neferata, Manfred, or Krell? Which of these is the Mortarch of Night in Legions of Nagash?
So he does certainly exist.
Yes, in the first quiz, Todd challenged that there was no such thing as Legion of Night. I think some people would like it not to be around. People have some issues with this certain Mortarch. But which one? The Alinda, Neferata, Manfred, or Krell? So who would you pick?
Well, you schooled me already, so I think it's Manfred.
All right. So what other people think? We got 2s and 3s. Jonathan think it's Clint. Clint is probably the world's most known Legion of Night fan. Krell is a White King, a named White King from the old world that is kind of still around, but he's kind of not. I hope he comes back maybe in another army. Alinda is our ghost princess. We have Neferata, who is obviously looking after New Lamia, but the Mortarch of Night is Manfred. You can thank Age of Sigmar because of Manfred. Manfred was the one who killed the world that was. Neferata is the Mortarch of Blood. Who once spoke to Scragrot the Loon King? Was it the Great Squig, the Big Auric, the Bad Moon, or Gorkamorka? No, Pask, you are incorrect. Manfred is not. Manfred is Night. Neferata is Blood. So who spoke to Scragrot the Loon King? Was it the Great Squig, the Big Auric, the Bad Moon, or Gorkamorka? People who were on the last quiz, they might remember something similar.
Okay.
What was your guess?
I would say the Bad Moon because he can control it.
He can, for a command point once per battle, he can control the Bad Moon, although Controlling the bad moon. Do you know where the bad moon's from? Do you know where the bad moon comes from?
No, I don't.
From the realm of Slanesh.
And it travels in between worlds or realms.
It just zigzags all over the place. It's completely random, which is why Scragwat with the Loon Asylum does capture these wizards and types of people to help control and to prophesize from the bad moon.
If it was Gorka Morka, he'd have some serious bragging rights.
That would be pretty sweet. Which is not an ally choice for the Ardeneth Deepkin. So is it Sylvaneth? Is it Seraphon? Is it Daughters of Cain? Or is it Stormcast Eternals? So which one of these is not an ally choice for the Ardeneth Deepkin? Because, Ardeneth Deepkin are always taking allies. So, all their points are going to Eels, right? Although we do now have some cool rules. Broken Realms has really boosted that up. See a bit of shark meta, a bit of turtle meta. What is not an ally choice for the Ardeneth Deepkin?
I hope Broken Realms goes on forever. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Do you know who is your guess for Deepkin? It looks like everyone's just smashing 2. Everyone's just gone 2, 2, 2.
Yeah, I don't remember them originally going with Daughters of Cain, but I also pretty sure it's not Seraphon. I'm sure that they don't take Seraphon. So I guess, Seraphon.
That is allies. Oh.
No, yeah.
Can I imagine Eel spam with Croak? Oh, God.
That would be toxic.
That is disgusting. Turtle power. I truly was very keen to develop like a Ninja Turtle based like 4 eel list. That would be pretty sweet.
I love that. Go ahead.
Which Skaven clan is responsible for creating an army of war machines? So is it Clan Eshin? Is it Clan Pestilence? Is it Scryer or Molder? What were you saying, Todd?
I remember your video about Warhammer in the East and those Marvel Flesh Eater Courts conversions. Those were awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. So which of the clans? There's a whole bunch of clans in Skaven. They're all known for different things. Some of them are, I don't want to give it away. But do you know which clan is responsible for creating the war machines?
I do not. I need to learn some more about Skaven.
So Pestilence is where we get the Plague Monks from. They're the ones, probably very similar to the name. You would think of very Nurgly. Eshin are if I remember correctly, Eshin is our ninjas. They're our shadowy ninjas. But maybe someone's going to at me. It is Clan Scryer. Clan Scryer are the people that make all the crazy war machines. They're like the Jezzails. They've got the warp lightning cannons. They've got all the crazy machinery tech. So Clan Scryer. And they're the most popular. When you see a Skaven army on the table, it's either normally Scryer or Pestilence. How many models do you get in a box of squigs? Do you get 10 models, 14 models, 12 models, or 16 models?
And this came up with the new battle box, right?
The squigs used to be fine cast, and they now got an upgrade and got a plastic kit, and a very cool plastic kit. Eshin are the ninjas. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So what's Molder? For anyone, any Skaven people in the chat, I always forget what Molder is. They're always the Molder or the bioengineering. Okay.
There was something about this where they didn't have enough pictured on the box for the battle box.
No, they were the squig hoppers.
The squig hoppers. Okay.
Internet broke up thinking that there was only going to be 14 hoppers.
Okay.
But do you know how many models come in a box? Normally they come in like 5s or 10s, but do you have an idea of?
I would just guess there's something weird with it, so I'll say 12.
So the correct answer was 12, and it looks like I couldn't trick a lot of people with that one. And the reason it's 12 is because you get you buy your squigs. So you buy your squigs in blocks of 5, And for every 5 squigs, you get a herder. So you get a musician or someone to kind of move. So you basically get 6 models for every allocation of squigs. So, which means you get 12. So you get two herders. What is the maximum unit size of the Loon Smasher Fanatics in Gloomspite kits? So your Fanatics, can you take a unit of maximum of 5, maximum of 15, a maximum of 10, or a maximum of 20?
These are the guys with the giant flails spinning around.
The big flails, yeah, absolutely. So the Loon Smashers are the ones that hide in a unit. The Spore Splatters are the ones that sit outside of a unit, but they block line of sight, and they do some buffing as well. So Lee, we're talking that was at the Boingrot Bounders. So the Boingrot Bounders / the Hoppers, they were pictured as 14 and melted the internet from the Battlefield box. Have you ever faced a unit of Loon Smasher Fanatics?
No, I've never come against Fanatics of any type.
They are awesome because they hide in a unit, and basically in your charge phase, they can then charge out of a unit. In your opponent's charge phase, they can block, and they always fight first. So, which is quite interesting. I killed a Lariel with a unit of 5 Fanatics.
Wow.
I then went to kill Durthu with a unit of 5 Fanatics. But the correct answer is 15. I've never seen anyone take a unit of 15. I feel like that's a bit of an overkill. But you can take up to 15 Loon Smasher Fanatics in your Gloomspite Kits army.
Very cool.
Yeah, they're quite interesting. In Melee, Pink Horrors have a base hit and wound characteristic. So what do Pink Horrors do in combat? They hit on 4s, then wound on 4s, hit on 5s, wound on 5s, hit on 5s, wound on 4s, or hit on 4s, wound on 5s. Obviously, this is no debuffing. There's no buffing. There's no abilities here. It's just flat up in combat. What do Pink Horrors hit and wound on? Now, Pink Horrors don't want to be in combat. When they do, they don't really care. But do they do damage? Everyone knows that Pink Horrors split into Blue Horrors, then Brimstones.
Yep. And I think they get better as they split too. So that's why I'd go with 5/5. Just
they
so
get more
room for them
attacks.
to grow.
They get more attacks because they start splitting out into blues, and you start kind of overwhelming the objective, which makes it quite fascinating. Now, a lot of people are picking 3 or 2. Mostly 2s, but some 3s. 5s and 5s doesn't seem very good.
Ooh, there we go.
Hit on 5s and wound on 4s. Vinny feels like they hit on 2s, wound on 2s. That would be scary, unless you got someone who's got maybe get your opponent to go check the dice to see they're not weighted. If Pink Horrors are doing a whole lot of stuff in combat. What is known? What is not a known side effect of the Stormcast reforging? So, do they not get celestial vision? Do they not get hair bleaching? Do they not get emotion loss? Do they not get teeth bleaching? So, what is not a known side effect of the Stormcast reforging process? You don't really hear a lot about this, do you?
No, especially some of these. And it's definitely not hair loss.
Hair bleaching sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so it can't be both teeth bleaching and hair bleaching. So it's got to be one or the other.
Do you remember Duncan or Peachy teaching you about hair bleaching or teeth bleaching or painting really bright teeth?
I don't.
It is indeed teeth bleaching. So a known side effect, especially when a Stormcast continues to die, so as they continue to get reforging, they lose more and more of their emotions. They become more and more stone.
Yeah, known effect.
Jerome, so Jerome, does that mean that they just don't know about it, or we don't know about it? Maybe. That's maybe correct. They might get their teeth bleached.
Yeah, they don't smile.
What is the name of the Slan special character who exists in AOS? Is it Mazamundai, Crow, I'm trying to pronounce it. I probably just gave that away.
Texas deck.
It's 50-50. It's like call a friend. So is it one of the other? One of these four? Which one's a special character?
Continually. And I think you're 50-50. They both appear in the Total Warhammer game.
They do. This one's not too hard. And it doesn't look like I've tricked anybody. Doesn't look like I've got anybody on this one. Mazamundai was a very, very powerful and important slant from the old world. But didn't quite make it into Age of Sigmar. I actually really like Mazamundai.
Yeah, I remember seeing the metal cast option of Mazamundi.
There's a lot of hate here for Croak. You've got like Pepe the Frog. We've got Frodo. Can we remove the character? Kermit. Sort of. Is Monday still around? No, Mazamundai's not around. Forgot the Lord. Yes. It's. In what realm does the city of Greywater Fastness reside? So in which realm can you find the Greywater Fastness? So Greywater Fastness is the war machine, most known for its war machines. But is it in Akshi? Is it in Gur? Is it in Hish? Or is it in Gairan? Is it in Akshi? Is it Hish? Is it Gur? Is it in Gairan? All right.
Isn't this the dual city, or am I wrong about that?
No, that's Hammerhall. Hammerhall has a 2 realm gates. It kind of
Yeah, I've got no idea in this one because I think Hammerhall's the one between Akshi and Gairan.
Yeah, so Hammerhall has two realm gates. City of Tempest Eye, Hallowheart, and Hakuron are in Akshi, while Phoenician, Greywater Fastness, and just literally just slipped my mind, is in Gairan.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cities in Gairan then.
So what is the name of the item that gives Nagash his save against mortal wounds? So on the war scroll, what gives him his mortal wound save? Is it the armor of bone? Is it the cloak of darkness? Is it the circlet of Rakath? Or is it the Morkane? What is giving Nagash his save against mortal wounds? Is it the armor of bone? Is it the cloak of darkness? Is it the circlet of Rakath? Or is it the Morkraith? What would your guess been?
I wish I could see chat. Then I could just go off of their answer. They're
a bit confused here. They're a bit torn.
Armor of Bone sounds kind of like the OCARC one where they get to get their after save. So I'm going to go with Circlet of Rathek because it sounds kind of magical, like a mage would have one. Nope.
That's the last one. Morkane.
Morkane.
Yeah. Circlet of Rakath, kind of very Tomb King-esque. Reminds me of Tomb Kings. Maybe he stole it from Cetra. Yeah. See how it goes. We only got 5 more questions left in this round. So according to General's Handbook 20, the Mortarch with the lowest points in death, so giving death the love that they deserve, is it Manfred? Is it Arken the Black? Is it Alinda? Is it Neferata? Which is the cheapest points Mortarch? Manfred, Arken, Alinda, Neferata.
You definitely see some of these more than others.
Yes, but for what reason? Is it because they're too expensive, or is it because they're just not very good?
Yeah, So it doesn't have the value. I definitely don't know the answer. I know Lady Olander is the smallest, but that probably doesn't compare to point value.
She's got the less wounds. I think she's only got 8 wounds, while most of the other Mortarks have 11 or 13, somewhere in that kind of range. But is she cheaper?
Neferata and Arkan are both, both in the same box.
Right. All 3 of them, Arkan, Neferata, and Manfred, are in the same box. So they're triple kit. But I couldn't trick you guys on that one. Alinda, you guys stop griefing. Scathe tells me. Good shout there. Good shout. The wound characteristic definitely does change the game there. But what did Morathi fight in order to reclaim the Iron Heart of Cain? So the Iron Heart of Cain is the thing that stops you from taking all the damage. But what did she have to fight? Did she have to fight the Mother of Dragons, the Father of Dracothian, the Father of Charybdises, or the Mother of Gargants? So what did Morathi have to fight in order to reclaim the Iron Heart of Cain? This is a tough one.
Yeah, this is definitely sounds like some out there trivia.
You probably look at that going, the Mother of Dragons, but then actually wait a second. Well, what would you have picked that one? That one's a bit of a quirky one.
I don't think Dracothian has a father, but it could be that one. So my guess would be Mother of Gargants, because that sounds like the most feasible.
People are thinking the Father of Charybdis. I wonder if that's because of the smaller font. But Father of Charybdis seems to be the one that is got the chat. Although we do have some other votes for the Father of Dracothian. Oh. And yes, it was the Father of Charybdis. I wonder what the Father of Charybdis looks like. Yeah. Daenerys has entered the chat. What does the Father of Charybdis look like?
Just a bigger version of the Charybdis?
As Chaos Spawn said, it sounds all fake. It's all fake. What was the name of the leader of the first group of Stormcast Eternals dispatched into the mortal realms? So who led the first dispatch of Stormcast? Was it Neve Blacktalon, Vanus Hammerhand, Taurus the Redeemed, or Cetrus?
Cetrus the Orange.
Cetrus, the former Tomb King that's now... I think anyone. So was it Vandus? Now we've had a couple of Vandus questions. Now am I obsessed with Vandus? Or is this
yes.
a trick?
Yes.
The third Vandus question.
I'm gonna go with obsessed.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Vandus.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Citrus. Or maybe I just keep trying to throw you guys off.
I don't think Vandus has ever been the actual answer yet.
Cetrus the Legend as damn it. All right. So I couldn't convince you guys, but I tell you someone who knew that answer. It was Rocco. Rocco knew that answer.
Everybody, how you doing?
Hey,
Rocco, keeping us company now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we get to actually talk, Mr. Westmore.
Yes.
Going about here.
So the next question is, what does Tzeentch call the never-ending struggle of each of the Chaos Gods to gain the domain of the dominance over the others? So what do they call that? Does Tzeentch call that the takeover, the great plan, the great game, or the betrayal? So the Chaos Gods are always fighting each other. What does he call that never-ending wrestle for dominance? The takeover, the great plan, the great game, the betrayal.
So you're going to help us look smart, Rocco?
Oh, I know the answer, yeah, but what are we doing?
Oh, we're going to let people answer. We've got a couple more seconds. And Rocco, what was your guess? What were you thinking the wrestle is between the Chaos Gods?
The great game.
The great game. Why is that?
Because that's how they view it, because they're such big, omnipotent things, and we're all just poor mortals that can't do anything right, so they just screw around with us.
Tzeentch is always having fun.
Arcanaut Lee thinks it's tennis. He's just calling it tennis. The great tennis. I do remember in my Lord of Change kit there was a badminton kind of tennis racket.
Whew. Let's go. It's all your boy coming in hot.
And Todd knew that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Of course he did. That's not even a question.
Lumi says that it's Zench calling it his day job. Or Vinny saying it's scheduling a D&D session. I love it. Organizing a
Love to
party.
see it.
Which Sylvaneth Glade allows them to ally with Dispossessed and Fire Slayers? Is it the Ironbark, the Dreadwood, the Oakenbrow, or the Harvest Boon? Which of the Sylvaneth Glades allows them to ally with Dispossessed and Fire Slayers? I always find this one an interesting one. This is always an interesting one. I remember there was a few crazy list texts happening back in the ye old days.
Yep. And it's in the city's book as well that talks about this. You got a twofer. But I'm shutting up for the rest of it.
That's all right. You haven't spoiled Christmas just yet.
Oh, no. But I wouldn't want to try because I don't want to make my Shelley be disappointed in me, my Leviathan. She's fantastic, and I don't want to go for it here. All right, we're computing the answers. All right.
Todd, where are you at? What do you think?
Ironbark or Oakenbrow. I know Oakenbrow is like the most diplomatic, but Ironbark, I think is the one that's going to be.
Yeah. So in the city's book, they talk about this with the Root Kings as well, that they use the Ironbark to go out and work through everything instead of their metals and the things they would mine. And the Ironbark actually take in the minerals of the earth with them as well, which is why the dwarves love them.
And a fun story is back in the olden days when you used to have the Skyhawks and the Balloon Boys could teleport. My mate Liam would actually teleport using a Tree Lord and do some in-game shenanigans. But last question of this round is, which Stormcast Eternals hero can move an endless spell, an additional D6, when they spend a command point? So which of the Stormcast Eternals heroes can move an endless spell for an additional D6 when they spend a command point?
It's probably my favorite hero on this list as well. One that for me gets the most use out of all my Stormcast armies.
It's one that I used in Hallowheart, which I thought was a really interesting, but very hard to get. It's a very hard model to acquire, and there's a certain reason for it.
Yeah,
but, and that's probably one of the reasons why you don't see it on the table as often.
No, I converted mine. Let me tell you,
mine's legit. Todd, what do you think?
Just from his hints, I think it's the Lord Arcanum, and I think you can make a Lord Relictor from a 40k model pretty easily, without having to convert anything.
I could see the Relictor being a conversion from 40k. But let's see. How many more seconds we got here? Beautiful.
The correct answer is the Lord Arcanum. Do you know why it's hard to get, guys? Do you know what's stopping people from putting it on the table?
I know, because it's a shame as a Stormcast player. But Wismore, do you know?
Was it only available in like one of the original battle boxes?
You know the big flying goat with the funky face, the Lord Arcanum and Toralion kit? Mm-hmm. That's where you find the foot version as well. If you don't,
they're both in there.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the Phoenix. With the Phoenix kit, you get the Phoenix and an anointed on foot.
Yep.
So it's certainly most people don't want to sell their anointed on foot, but then the challenge with the Lord, the Toralon is that nobody's buying the Toralon. So people really want to know. They really want the Lord Arcanum, and people have converted some of those special character Lord. What's the endless spell? Not in Cantor. They're not in Cantor. Yeah. People have converted some of those special Cantors, but to be their Lord Arcanum, but it is hard. So congratulations again, Jonathan.
Beautiful.
You're so good. All right. If you're on this list, so Lee, Julian, well done. Message me for a prize. I feel like Jonathan is going to find himself not getting. It's too good. This kid's too good.
He needs to go back to throwing everybody off.
Yeah, I see you there, Paul. Too, number 17. That's my guy right there.
That's
Unfortunately,
amazing.
I came too late. I can't help you cheat, but having a good time.
It. So many good names. I see it's rotating, but Jonathan is a resident lore master. And by the way, I'll give him his big payment here. He writes he is the sole operator of the Azir Weekly. So if you don't know the Azir Weekly, it is amazing satire
Yep.
I think that's why he
Website-
can be so funny, is because he really knows everything about the lore.
Oh yeah, he really does. It's great.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. So it's great. So maybe let's other people win a prize, Jonathan.
Yeah. So I had to stop doing these myself. I won 3 in a row, and he got mad at me.
That's it. That's
You're a
it.
mod. Yeah,
Can't
no.
win. Can't win. All right. He looks like a Lord Arcanum and not a Knight in Kentor. Yeah.
Yeah, really does.
Last round. The last round. We've had 4 rounds. We're moving into our fifth and final round that I have prepared. So there'll be this will be the last one, guys. I don't have anything else prepared. But if you've enjoyed this, hit like, leave me a comment and let me know that you enjoyed this. And who knows, we'll do another one again, maybe soon.
Yeah.
Take me some time to accumulate. But if this is enjoyable, it's something that you found fun and you'd like more of, let me know. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, not only do you get a like from me, but you get a real life like from me.
Oh yeah.
So last and final round, you guys, if you've been here from the start, it means that you have gone through 20, 40, 60, 80. Holy crap, there's 100. There's actually 100 questions. Holy wow, there's 21 questions. There's 105 questions of trivia, Age of Sigmar trivia.
Yeah, some work.
Jerome.
And if you want more of this too, don't forget about Anthony's server here on Discord, where I'm sure he's got a link below. Finally,
there's a link below. There's a link. So if you guys want to, chat, if you want to hang out,
get in the fun.
Yeah, and if you're a patron, you get to this extra special spot. You can join in next time, maybe when he does a trivia quiz.
Yep.
We'll work something out. But yeah. Like, if you guys want to have fun, if you're a bit lonely over Christmas, if you want to chat, you want to play some games, there's a lot going on in our Discord server.
Yeah.
Link is below. Everyone you've seen on the screen here is in Discord, and there's about 1,000 people, other people who are just absolute legends, talking lists, sharing pictures of their dogs.
Yeah. Homemade snowflake decorations that are like huge.
Yeah, even emotional support.
Every Chaos God has a sacred number. The number of Nurgle is 6, 7, 8, or 9.
We're running the gamut today.
We are.
And Chaos Spawn, this is something new that I'm trying out. This is something that I found some secret YouTube access stuff that I'm trialing here. So.
Yep. And this program you used was from, you'd also do this at your events too, right?
We can.
Awesome.
Yeah. I remember you telling about this. Talk yourself up. These things are fun. What do we got here, people?
So, Todd, Chaos God.
That's the last number we haven't covered.
Well, does that mean that the Great Horn Rat's number is 10? If we're going up, 6, 9.
Does the Great Horn Rat have a number?
Yes.
It does.
It does. 13. But you being the anti-Nurgle here, you got to know this number.
Number is 7. And if you look at your contagion points, if you look at how you summon things in Nurgle, everything is in 7s, 14, 21s, 28. Yep. I think 28 points to get a Great Unclean one, 7 points to get a unit of 5 Plague Bearers.
Yep.
Indeed, the Great Horn Rat's 13. Which battle tome was the first to include a unique lore of magic, allegiance abilities, and magical items? So what was the first battle tome to have magic, allegiance abilities, and magic items? Was it Legions of Nagash, Sylvaneth, Seraphon, or Disciples of Zench?
All right, so this one's interesting for me because I'm a 2.0 baby here, so I would have had to have made a guess.
History lesson.
I do have a good idea of what I think it could be, but I'm not sure if they had all the unique stuff at that time.
All right, we'll give it a few more seconds, and then
guess we'll find out.
Todd, what do you think? Before Rocco makes his guess, Todd, what's your thoughts?
I think Sylvaneth, the first battle tome, was the one that premiered these new abilities.
Yeah, because I know Seraphon was the first battle tome. I don't remember that they actually came with stuff.
Yeah.
Because I would think,
and that was the big thing about it coming out. The next battle tome is they actually got,
Yeah, they got it right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Was Sylvaneth. So Legions of Nagash was the first battle tome to set us up for Age of Sigmar 2 when they had summoning in their allegiance in a time where summoning you had to pay for it. So you actually had to, you take a 1,700 point list because you want to summon 300. But Sylvaneth were actually the first battle tome to come in with those additional rules.
Fantastic.
In the world that was, Gal Maraz was gifted to Sigmar Heldenhammer by a Slan, a human, a dwarf, or an elf. Who gave Gal Maraz, now sitting in the hands of a Celestin Prime, but who gifted Gal Maraz to Sigmar? A Slan, a human, a dwarf, or an elf?
Well, we do know that elves apparently like hammers thanks to the LRL, but all of them forge, which is the crazy part. I forged back a 3, 2, 1. What are we guessing here, people?
Well, I know that Galmaraz or Sigmar was a friend of Dracothian, so it could be a Slan giving him the magic hammer. And of course, you've got your dwarves that make all kinds of hammers, and then you also have your elves. But I think it could be Slan just from that. I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Before elves had hammers, Rocco.
Someone had to teach them.
And who made the best hammers in the land?
Obviously the dwarves. Because this is the old world. This ain't the LRL train, man. This is
elf in the old world had touched a hammer, not even to like put some nails into a shed.
No. Even Vol, the elven god of hammers, still made spears and arrowheads, and he hit him with a piece of wood. It was weird times.
According to the General's Handbook training, how many points is the minimum unit of an Ale Guzzler Gargant? So this is in the fight. This is not the Sons of Behemoth. So is it 140, 180, 160, or 200 points? How many points is a single Gargant?
So here's my problem. I got so caught up in playing Sons, I don't even remember what the Ale Guzzler would have been, because I've all been about man crushers here.
I've only ever seen one person running an Ale Guzzler Gargant in their fight. That was Nathan Prescott, the Mad Lad. There
you go, stuffing people down his pants there for little goblins, and that's what he says. Talk to Rob.
Nathan and I fought at Adepticon in round 5. He stuffed a whole bunch of goblins in his pants. Chat thinks it's mostly the chat thinks it's 3. Todd, what do you think it is?
Oh, let's go with 1.
Okay, 140 points.
I want to go 2, but I that's what the current thing is. So I'll go 3. I'll go
160 points.
Should have gone with common sense.
An interesting thing, and the reason why I never took 1 is because if you roll a double in your charge, it stumbles over. So it can fall over itself because it's drunk. Do you know why the Sons of Behemoth have don't have man crushers, not gargants?
They went to AA.
Mega Gargants all the Mega Gargants drank their alcohol, which is why they sobered up. Which Death Battle Line unit has a base profile of hitting on a 5 and wounding on a 5? So is it a Crypt Ghoul, a Skeleton Warrior, a Death Walker Zombie, or a Dire Wolf? Which Death Battle Line unit hits on a 5 and wounds on a 5?
They all seem like they should, huh? The thing. When's the last time you saw Legions in the Nagash roll out? Because everyone's been on the OBR train. Thanks, Matt.
Well, in 2 weeks' time, I'll be on Warhammer Weekly talking about fixing Legions of Nagash. So I'm sure.
Very nice.
I'm sure there's some interesting talks there. But Todd, what do you think's hitting on a 5, wounding on a 5?
Let's go with Skeletal Warriors since they're so cheap.
I'm going zombie. I don't know.
The interesting thing with Legions of the Nagash is that they're not a minimum unit. You know, people don't like taking them in small units unless they're Graveguard. You want to stack them up. You want to get a whole bunch of buffs by taking a unit of 30, 40. In the world of zombies, you can take a unit of 60. So the correct answer is
zombie.
It's your boy coming in hot.
And when you get into, I think it's from memory, when you get into like 60 or like above 40, they hit on 5s and wound on 2s. Like, it's just absurd.
Yeah, you can buff it with a corpse card if I remember right.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of little buff shenanigans. If you've never fought a 60 zombies, it is a treat.
It is.
What is the first name of the witch hunter known as Toll from the story of the Seas of Secrets? in my personal favorite, the best Black Library book, one of the best, sorry, was it Hannibal, Hannibal, Archibald, or Henry?
Well,
What
I
is
didn't read this book, so pure guess from me.
Which is the name of the witch hunter known as Toll? What's the first name of Toll from the Seas of Secrets? Hanvir, Hannibal, Archibald, or Henry?
After such a heavy recommendation, I do certainly need to read it now.
Right?
It is
everyone keeps talking about it.
It is a wonderful book. I'm not going to spoil it, but just know that it's about a Slanesh cult infiltrating a city. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'd be sort of poignant for today.
Archie's a dog in one of the comics, so I don't think they double dip.
Hannibal sounds like it goes together.
Archibald is it's the Griffhound, isn't it? In the comics.
I love that Griffhound. It's great. He's the going one after Hanover. All right.
It is Hanover.
Looney coming in.
So,
okay, and M and Skaith and Floki and is that Chaos Spawn?
There's Chaos Spawn. Yeah, we got Jerome. We got this. You guys are pretty smart. I'm genuinely impressed. I thought I'd catch you off with a few, but what is the name of Archaon's sword? This one should be easy for anyone who's been hanging around the stream. Is it the Slayer of Kings? Is it the Final Curse? Is it Kavach? Or is it the Destroyer? What is the name of Archaon's sword?
Yeah, I actually just recently played a game against an Archaon list. It was a Slanesh one with new Deepkin. And let me tell you, 2-up eels are a great way to pin that sucker. He'll never get to swing that sword again.
I had a game against Archaon the other week where my Mega Gargant just kept running away from him, but being within 6 inches of the objective. So it was a lot of fun.
Nice. And they can't actually die from the sword because they have a rule for that. It's great.
What's the name of the... you've been here from the start.
Slayer of Kings is my guess.
I'm sure you knew that. We have talked about it already. This one didn't trick you guys.
Or did it? Dun dun.
Is Jonathan kind of trying to trap everyone?
We'll see.
We'll find out in a second. Did.
There we go.
Everybody.
Yeah. All right. No one, I couldn't get anyone on that one. I try to make some questions so obvious that people like question themselves. They're like, "Oh, is it? Is it that one?" I'm not sure.
It's a good time, man.
All right. So, question number 8. What is the name of the Skaven home in the Mortal Realms? So, where does Skaven live? Do they live in Blight City? Do they live the 13th Borough? Do they live in Skaven Blight? Or do they live in the Bell Town, sorry. Do Skaven,
don't be in Bell End, Anthony. It's Bell Tower.
I don't
know if that's the answer.
It's the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. you got a Vermin Lord who's like Will Smith. Is it Blight City, the 13th Borough, Skaven Blight, or Bell Town?
All right, chat. Let's see how you did here. Jokes on
joke.
Yeah, we got serious lore nerds here.
David thinks it's 3. Floki thinks it's 2. Blighted Legionnaire thinks it's 1. Age of Nagash thinks it's 1. Jono thinks it's 4.
Oh no, Age of Nagash. What you doing to me?
Oh well, he's Nagash. He's not Skaven. But what does is he correct? No, we're going to find out very soon.
Yeah, and there's that number 13 you guys were talking about too.
Oh no.
Love it. The correct answer is Blight City. Blight City is where Skaven are based in the Mortal Realms. Although I think Skaven might be home in the fantasy world. And I don't even know where Belltown came from.
Oh, it's near Bel Air and next to Bell End.
What is the name of the cast of priests and mages that help rule the Idneth Deepkin? So is it the Killian, the Namati, the Ishran, or the Gilglade? What is the name of the cast of priests and mages that help rule the Idneth Deepkin? The Killian, the Namati, the Ishran, the Gilglade.
I never leave home without one.
I don't think Rocco gets this one. No way Rocco's going to get this one.
Turtle's not on there, so I don't
the Turtle Spirit is on there. but it is not the turtle. Oddly enough, because with the Broken Realms Marathi, one of the hopes, which I'm perfectly fine with how they did it, but people were like, "Oh, what if we got a hero on the turtle? What would it be?" And that would be
Lotan. Put Lotan on there. Make him useful.
Yeah.
seriously,
Lotan
that'd be great.
riding
Ah.
a turtle.
And the turtle buffs Namarti, and it has the Achillean keyword. And Gilgalad, that is actually number 4. The option there is from Lord of the Rings.
So
Those
Leaf-
associated topics.
Lee thought it was Atlantis. It actually was Ishra.
Mhm.
So most people pick that one up. Achillean is the sharks. Namarti is useless dudes on foot. If
I'm bringing 40 of those. You got that.
Neferata is the Mortarch of Blood and Manfred is the Mortarch of Night, what is Arcan the Mortarch of? So is Arcan the Mortarch of ritual, of sacrament, of magic, or dust? So
Isn't it losing, Anthony?
the Mortarch of teleporting in OBR when he gets hit because he knows the spell lore.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if Neferata is blood, Manfred is night, Arcan is Mortarch of what?
I mean, you already said Manfred's the Mortarch of Night. He's the most important one on this list. Let's just start there. He did nothing wrong.
Todd, what do you think?
By process of elimination, by being here since the beginning, I'm going to go with Sacrament.
Good choice. Good choice.
Our resident death player, I would like to hope that he's correct, although we did see Chuck Strength Hammer More fail on the female Daughters of, the male Daughters of Cain question. So I don't know if we can trust our leaders here.
What was it about Doomfire Warlocks?
I called him out because that was Dark Riders, who are also male, but they're not in the army. But the correct answer was Sacrament. You guys got that one. They are the Mortarch of Dust is a sweet name, Scathe thinks, but Arcane is the Mortarch of Sacrament. I wonder what the Mortarch of Vampires are going to be.
Ooh, maybe Mortarch of the Deep? Of the Abyss?
Speaking of mounts, what is the name of Manfred's mount? So what is the name of the mount that he rides? Rocco, you are a resident book writer. You are a lore master. You can give us a crack here and tell us what the answers are. Is it?
I can give you. Okay.
Pronounce these for me.
Okay, so the options are Ashigaroth, Razarak, Nagadron, or Zephet Kar.
Thanks for doing that.
Ashigaroth, Razarak, Nagadron, or Zephet Kar.
Do you have any idea, Todd?
No, I don't. So I'm going to go with Razarak.
Rocco?
I want to say Nagadron there, but I'm that might be Mr. Lord of Sacrament's ride.
If I remember correctly, the number 4, the Zephyrarch, is actually the sword that Nagash wields. So Agent Nagash might actually tell me otherwise, but
there we go.
Answer. So we caught a few people out. So Jonathan isn't our Lord and Savior. So maybe don't follow Jonathan. Don't just copy what he does. But yes, Vinny, number 3 does sound cooler. Nagadron. I think Nagadron's...
I think it is Archon the Black's mount.
According to General's Handbook 20, how many points is the minimum unit of Aether Wings? And hopefully I changed this. I'm pretty sure I did, but if not, I apologize. I did build the quiz before GBH. So according to GBH, how many points is the Aether Wing?
They are arguably the best thing in Stormcast right now if you're looking for screens. They're great in cities. All these uses, great as allies.
Scroll in cities. But is the Aether Wings 50, 60, 40, or 70 points?
GHB 20 definitely pumped up their use.
Yes.
I was taking them before they got a points adjustment. So they did go down. But they go from 80 to 70, 70 to 60, 60 to 50, or 50 to 40.
Yep.
And there is much as an endless spell now.
They are. And I used to have 2 units in my my Stormcast army of them protecting my long strikes, but now I can bring 4 with all the price decreases, and just no one's charging me anymore. It's fantastic.
The problem is getting them. I see a lot of people in the buy and sell. Oh, I want to buy your Aether Wings. Like, no one's selling Aether Wings. Come on. If the correct answer is 40, they were 50. I was taking them at 50 points. I still thought they were better than a CP.
Oh, yeah.
But the speed for the objective scoring ability, the harassing, they are just straight up very cool.
Yep. To co-op something in the Discord,
bodies.
bird law, people.
I'm not wrong. I did change that one. What does a mirror shield do? Does mirror shield cause a -1 to hit against shooting, a -1 to hit against melee, a -2 to hit against shooting, or a -2 to hit melee?
Got my Stormcast book here I can go and look at, but I feel like that might be cheating. Well, obviously, it lets Sigvald look at himself. Let's just beginning and end that there.
Yeah, and that makes him freeze in place because he's just absorbed with his mirror.
Oh, of course. All right, Chad. How do we do here? What are we thinking?
So it feels like most people are just harassing me, thinking that I can't get any points questions right, but I did get them right. I got like 2 wrong. Chill out. 100 questions.
The questions change all the time.
100 questions from 105. Like context, guys. Context. So a lot of people saying 1. A lot of people saying 1. Todd.
Yeah, that would have been my guess too.
Yep, it's definitely against shooting.
2 is too much.
Oh,
Whoa, it is 2.
Who's our one Lord and Savior there? We got that Lee.
Yeah, it's Admiral Arcanaut.
Arcanaut Lee. And being a Karajan Overlord, I imagine he is very used to shooting meta. So he'll know what to avoid, and he'll know that -2 is a little bit annoying compared to -1. It's a shame the buckets dropped off because the Flamespire Phoenix can return to the battlefield when it's slain on a roll of a 2+, 3+, 4+, or a 5+. So
the rule that Ariel should have.
Yes.
So
it's all right, Anthony. I was playing Phoenixes before when he thought the Black Dragon was everything. I got this for you.
Black Dragon is sweet. Black Dragon is sweet. I still think it's underrated.
Yep, and a Hammer Hall even. You can get some really cool stuff with that, but this bread and butter here, nice and easy. Way to troll your opponents, folks.
Flamespire Phoenix, 300 points. You can come back in the battlefield on a roll of a 2+, a 4+, a 5+, or a 3+. Sorry for the system manipulating and throwing around the questions. That is not logical. Rocco throws up his fingers saying that it's 4. Todd, what do you think?
Yeah, I do remember this one. It's 4.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50. You think it's a 50-50 return?
I do. And I'll 25-75 it here. That it's a 50-50 on a 4-up. My percentage is right.
Right, a friend.
Wow, we're all wrong.
I fucked that up again.
Yeah, look. The War Scroll now. If it's a 3-up, sell your Frost Phoenix, folks.
4+. I pressed the wrong button there.
It's your boy.
I'm now 3 questions wrong out of 100.
It's over, Anthony. We ruined it.
Just go follow someone else to the promised lands of content creating. In which realm does the first realm gate activated to start the Age of Sigmar? So, in which realm was the first realm gate activated to start the Age of Sigmar? Was it actually Iran or Gur?
Read your core books, folks. Read your lore.
This is the Realm Gate Wars. This is the very first novellas that came out in the Age of Sigmar.
Or listen to your 2+ tough.
Or you can get Doug to summarize hundreds of pages into a couple of minutes.
He's amazing.
Scathe, no, it's actually a 4+. I messed that question up. Apologies there.
We forgive you, Anthony. We forgive you.
Thank you. It on a 1 to a 3, the Flamespire doesn't come back. On a 4+, it comes back. That's probably that one's a formatting error. I know it's a 4. That one would be a formatting error. So Todd, any thoughts on the first Realm Gate? Well,
I was going to guess wrong.
It's hot, baby. It's actually.
Indeed, actually, and that's why probably more of the lore and more of the city is probably developed in Akshi. We've got the Soulbound that's got the map around the Great Parch. We've got more we know about Akshi than probably any other realm. So,
Soulbound's really fleshed it out. It's awesome.
The Celestant Prime wields Galmaraz. What is the name of the other weapon that the Prime wields? Is it the Staff of Azir, the Staff of Focus, the Comet Strike Scepter, or the Hammer of Might?
Another unit for Stormcast that's been seeing more play with the resurgence of the Cities book coming out. But the Celestin Prime can hold its own.
The Oryx don't care about those realm gates. I agree. They wish they could. It's a shame that you don't get your free realm gate. And agree there with Doug being the number one.
Yes, he is. He went and did his whole. He went full-time content creating and hasn't looked back, and we love it.
Nagash thinks it's 3. Arcanaut Lee thinks it's 3.
I'm feeling a 3 myself.
Julian thinks it's 3. Cow Spawn thinks it's 3. Cow Spawn also says Carl Franz. And we all know that the Celestin Prime is Carl Franz. Fight me.
Yes, 100%. Mr. Todd, what are we thinking here?
Yeah, I think it's 3 because I'm trying to imagine what he looks like, and he's not holding a staff.
Yeah,
He's already got a hammer.
He's holding that Comet Strike Scepter. So couldn't catch you guys on that one. Too clever. When is Sigmar model coming out? I don't know if he ever will. They never created the Emperor in 40k, so I guess. I mean, there's still Gorkamorka. There's still a whole bunch of gods that we haven't seen yet. What is the name of Archaon's fortress in the realm of chaos? Is it the 8 Points, the Varan Spire, the Brass Keep, or the Inevitable City? What is the name of Archaon's fortress in the realm of chaos? The 8 Points, the Varan Spire, the Brass Keep, or the Inevitable City? That should be an interesting one. You don't hear too much about chaos and what lives in their world. They're always on the offense.
Yeah.
If you don't pay attention closely enough, you can get easily confused here.
Yeah, because it's the in the realm of chaos, which is the thing that usually throws you for a loop here.
So what do we think, Jets?
Well, the Varan Spire is in the 8 Points, so my lord is shot after that.
Yeah, I think it is the Varan Spire.
Yeah, so the Brass Keep, that's Khorne. The Inevitable City, that's a nice one. So the 8 Points is a sub-realm, and the Varan Spire is what's in that, because that's where you get the Varanite and the Broken Realms from Rathius, that a whole bit. Okay. So I guess it teleported to the Realm of Chaos. Love it.
Love it. That is the fortress that we know is Archaon's fortress in the Realm of Chaos. But I mean, I think what we've kind of demonstrated as well is just how much cool lore there is in the Age of Sigmar, and we're only kind of like scratching the surface. We have spoken about the Cities of Secrets already. That really cool book about the free cities and Zench. But what is the name of the Cities of Secrets? So the name is either Greywater, Excelsius, Nultoff, or Hallowheart.
All right, I wasn't here for that question earlier from the City of Secrets book, so I gotta.
The answer is Hanover Toll.
So that was the witch hunter's name.
There you go.
So the Cities of Secret is a very cool book. I would highly recommend people go pick that up from the Black Library, even from Audible. Is the City of Secret's name Greywater, Excelsius, Nultoff, or Hallowheart? Todd, what do you think?
I wonder if the City of Secrets is Hallowheart. That would be cool.
Because, I mean, Zench did infiltrate this city, so I can see where you would think that. Rocco, what are your thoughts?
Ooh. I wanted to say Excelsius because with all of the prophecies and stuff you can get from there. But once you said the thing about Hallowheart, oh, man. But Nultdorf, shout out to Anthony.
Well, there you go.
Excelsius, there we go.
So Excelsius,
got it.
because it is not a city of secrets. So it's not a city of Sigmar per se, but the city's name is Excelsius. So Excelsius is the city of secret, but it's not a city of Sigmar. Nor is there any rules for the city.
It's in Gur.
One of the second last questions, which weapon isn't an option for your Kurnoth hunters? So is it scythes, is it great hammers, is it great bows, or is it great swords? Which is not a weapon that you can equip your Kurnoth hunters with? Scythes, hammers, bows, or swords?
All their weapons are great.
Chaos Spawn, I don't know, but the Hanvir Toll is the name of the witch hunter in Cities of Secrets. So I can only imagine it's a continuing story into the Silver Shard. I can only imagine. Lots of people saying 2. I'm seeing 2s coming up.
Yeah, we can go with 2 here.
Let's go
Again,
with
it's
great
all
size.
elves, and elves only recently became known for hammers.
Yeah.
But even then, they aren't wearing the majestic cows of Hashut, thanks to Tom from Warhammer Weekly there.
Yeah, we didn't quite get that rumor mill happening, did we?
Oh, it's a shame. I would love a Kurnoth Hunter with a hammer, with how
Todd,
they used to be the old Treekin. To be reimagined as that, gorgeous.
And the correct answer is great hammers. So there is no great hammer option for your elves, nor is there any real metal in Sylvaneth traditionally. So
Ironbark, though.
Yeah, the Wood of Shaman.
traditionally, I said traditionally. Second last question is, what is not an ally choice for Khorne? Is it Nurgle, Monsters of Chaos, Slanesh, or Beasts of Chaos?
Ooh.
So which is not an ally for Khorne? And Monsters of Chaos is a thing if you think that I'm trying to trick you.
It is. It's real.
Things like your Jabba Slides are Monsters of Khorne, as an example. That
Is Monsters of Chaos a playable faction?
no.
It's like an appendix where you can pull units in.
There's no battle line and there's no leader choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it covers all the old stuff that didn't get fully roped in yet.
Yeah, it was before Age of Sigmar, for example, the Collegiate Arcane was like that, but there was no battle line choice.
Right.
Yep. I'm guessing 3 guys.
Okay, a lot of people think 3. A lot of the chat's thinking 3. Vinny's saying that you don't need metal, you just need a large rock. I imagine that's about the great hammers.
Okay.
Rocco, you think 3?
I do. They had that versus box. I don't think they're friendly after that. To the national coin.
No, Monsters Arcanum is a book from Forge World. Not quite Monsters of Chaos. Monsters of Chaos is actually a keyword.
People have been
So
paying
it was
attention.
Slaanesh. It was Slaanesh. And Jonathan is trying to get people to believe in Stormcast. No, it's not Stormcast. Last question. Then we've done 105 questions if you've been here this long. So last question is the Merworm has the keyword of which Grand Alliance keyword? So is a Merworm destruction, chaos, order, or death? I love my Merworm. Love my Merworm.
This is a cool one.
Yeah, but Forge World, man, you really pulled some obscure stuff for this. Let me tell you. Question 105 doesn't
You could do a whole
disappoint you.
Forge World trivia night.
We did talk about Famirs. We did talk about try to trick you with the Colossal Squig rules with the Mangle Squig. So Forge World, Merworms, one of my favorite Forge World models out there. It can be brought into what? Destruction, chaos, order, or death. Rocco, what would you pick?
Oh, off the top of my head, I'm going to go and say destruction.
And Todd?
Order, because I think it was one of these that you can no longer do anymore.
Yeah.
And it's in order, and I just wish I could have taken it.
Yeah.
This one really grinds my gears. And the reason it grinds my gears, I'll let the answer come up first. That pisses me off. So the correct
if it pisses
answer,
you off, it probably would.
the correct answer is destruction.
Huh.
And the reason it pisses me off is I would love this model in Deepkin. Like we're talking about a water fishborn creature. Let it be with Deepkin. I think that would be sweet. So we're all familiar. The winners are Pask, followed by Age of Nagash, and
MB is Pask.
Pardon?
Sorry, yes. MB is Pask. My goodness.
It is. I'm not going to dox him, but it's his name, first and last name.
I've got a picture to prove it.
You've doxed his initials.
I'm not going to dox him, but that so same deal. Or at least I know all three of the winners at least personally here. But
we're not corrupt though. They just were good at answering quiz questions.
I mean,
shout out. You can see it in chat. Yeah.
Shout out to Jonathan, who is pretty amazing. Anyway. So if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a comment, press a like, let me know that you enjoyed it. It's more about just letting me know that you guys want to do another one like this, and I'll make sure our points rules are accurate. I'll triple check.
And the Phoenix rules.
Yeah, the Phoenix rule. That's a formatting error.
We needed a little bit of drama, so it's fine.
I would if a Flames Fire Phoenix was the 3+, I would take it. The 4+,
all the time.
The 4+ is just that little bit more inconsistent for me. But a 3+ every day of the week, I would take a Flames Fire every day of the week of the 3+. So that's a formatting error. But thank you everyone for hanging out with me on the stream. Thank you to all the guests who jumped on. Rocco, Todd, hang out here the whole time. We had Barney, we had Buckets. And if you guys really enjoyed this and you want to have some company, you want to hang out, you want to talk to cool people like these, again, the Discord below in the link. Please join us. We play Age of Sigmar games on Tabletop Simulator. We share pictures of our dogs, our foods. We talk lists. We just meme war. What else do we do? Share photos of a hobby.
You renamed me and I pretended to be you for a bit. We did that. That was fun.
But thank you all very much. So who's that? What's this? Azir Weekly.
Oh, he made it. His hat made it.
Azir Weekly.
His hat doesn't need a mic.
Publication. Subscribe to it on Twitter, Facebook. I'm sure he's probably even gotten an Olin fan. So here we go, folks. The Azir Weekly.
Azir Weekly. If you enjoyed the content, again, like, subscribe, comment. I've got 2 shows coming up this week already. There might be some more planned. I've got to catch up with Lumineth Realm Lords, kind of revisiting them to see how they are going on the tabletop. So I'll be chatting to Martin Orlando, who has played over 24 games.
I love Marty.
Okay, get him, Rocco.
Hey, Pat.
These are the weirdos. I'm dropping Pask. These are the weirdos that are in the Discord. So I'm going to cut the stream because I've got to go to the gym and go do stuff. But please hang out with us on Discord. Come have some laughs, have some just chat. And thank you guys for your time. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Rocco. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Everyone who jumped on Buckets, Barney, everyone else.
All right.
Nick, I'm not sure, but if you did win, again, I'll leave it some details below. But just message me on Twitter, message me on Discord. Go use my email address, and I will sort you out with prizes. So, thanks, guys.
Fantastic. Bye.